Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is the 4th of April. It is a fine day to partake in the game of Dota. We got Coach Purge here, looking large and in charge. In fact, I literally think I made your Skype window bigger. So now your head is like volumetrically 20% larger than mine, and I like that. You kind of look like the mountain. You look like a superhuman-sized man. That's great.
I can ruin this all by pushing my face towards or away from the camera, though.
That's right, that's right. In fact, that's, I think, a good conversational technique. If you're ever talking to someone and you're worried that you're not coming across as strongly,
smart,
you lean in. Yeah. And if you see them starting to freak out, you lean back. And it's about finding that distance.
Mm-hmm. Could you turn your camera on so I can see the production?
Oh, that's right. There you go, Kevin.
It's not super needed, but I just figured it. I should have asked before the show started. So
you want to know if we're on this screen or this screen or this screen. It's pretty important to know.
I couldn't tell that I was on camera, but for all I know, you're messing with me. It's like the fake open.
Oh hell yeah, I love. And of course, as someone who sang the Ballad of Love to you several weeks in a row, it's important to stay on your toes. Before we go into the Dota, we have a few things to talk about. One, it's the start of the day-night 30-day challenge. And Kevin, I don't know if you've heard about this, but I'm going to give you the whole spiel. So the idea is there's sometimes things that people want to work on, improve at, projects that they've wanted to do, but it's kind of hard to get started. And a recommendation that I heard that I just thought was brilliant was the idea of setting a 1-month project goal. So let's say I want to get into game development. I might set my 1-month project goal to literally just follow through a bunch of tutorials on Unity. Or maybe if I know Unity, my project might be to just recreate the first level of Mario. Or maybe I'm trying to get in shape and I just want to show up to the gym 20 times over the next month. The idea is that you have some output at the end of the month, and because it's 1 month, it's much easier to think through. Because I don't know if you know anyone who does this, who's like, I am going to make a game that's better than EVE Online. And they get 3 weeks in and they're like, okay, I got 2 bugs and I'm not making any progress. I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm going to write a book, and you get 5,000 words in and you're like, you know what, fuck writing. I'm just going to read stuff. So the purpose of this is to have something that's really small, easy, chewable, digestible project, and you can have goals for week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. And since I've been talking about this on the other shows, and today's the first day, so I'm going to snatch a little bit of time away from this show to just talk about that. If you want to go over to the Discord, it's discord.gg/day9tv. We have a whole bunch of channels there. I'll be posting about what I'm doing. In short, I'm really interested in just little AI dudes wandering around doing things. And there's a lot of AIs that are really just a shitload of if-then statements. And I'm, if you are in cover and you see an enemy nearby, pop out of cover and shoot him. If you are out of ammo, reload, right? It's just a lot of these. I'm interested in getting, a little bit more interesting decision-making. So, this week, I am talking to some people in industry. Week 2, I have a bunch of papers that I'm intending on reading through, and based upon the talks with the industry people, getting through that. And then in weeks 3 and 4, I want to take some of these more advanced AI techniques that aren't just basic if-then shit, and try to implement them with my little AI in Unity. And I wanted to share this example because this isn't super ultra hardcore concrete specific, and honestly it's not even that much, right? It's talk to some people, read some shit, implement a simple version of it. Boom, done. Because I think the whole point of this is not to stretch yourself and to try to make something insane happen, right? It's not to try to cram a whole novel writing into 1 month. It's to try to just do something that is a direction you want to head in and habitize it. So I have little time blocks scheduled on Tuesday nights and Thursday nights and Sunday mornings to be able to, grind away at this. So I'm really excited because I've always wanted to learn about, holy shit, I just realized that I'm mostly walking on Thursday nights. Okay, I'm going to have to move that to another night. I'm too used to having mostly walking on Monday nights. I fucked up a lot, Kevin. Look at me. Already the anti-inspiration.
Okay. Do you want me to set a goal?
Yeah, I'm
gonna focus on not suffocating for the next 3 weeks. Not to underplay what you're doing here, but I gotta start really easy for myself. Now I should actually do some stuff like exercise, be responsible about workloads, go to bed at a reasonable time. There's a lot of basic things that would improve my life that I need to do. I definitely need this in my life, but I'm also lazy, so it's gonna be hard.
Dude, well, if you want, dude, just start your 1 month project in 2 days. Just take a day or two to just think if I want to do fitness goals, what's a good one? How about going to the gym just 3 times a week? I just do that for a month, right? The point is not to dedicate to something that's crazy, just to do some fucking thing that's just kind of getting you started. And, for me, I don't know how difficult or crazy any of these AI techniques will be. I know that I can set aside time to read papers and to learn techniques. but I don't know. This could be really straightforward. It could be really complex. So that's why the last 2 weeks I'm just saying, as long as I implement something and here's the amount of hours I'm going to devote to it, that hopefully I'll have some learning at the end.
Well, if you get more into AI, you can make your own AIs for Dota, right? You can like implement your own.
Yeah, this is the sort of thing that's just really interesting to me. Is like I got really interested in AI, part because of just simulation games like Banished. Or City Skylines, where there's just a lot of entities wandering around. But also because of AlphaGo beating Lisa Doll, because Go is one of my sort of late night hobbies where, before bed I'll just pop on games of Go and watch lectures about it. It's just a really cool game. And the fact that there was an AI that was capable of doing that was really, really interesting. Because...
It's like a recent news announcement?
Yeah, this was within the last 18 months or so.
Okay.
I think it was actually almost exactly 18 months ago.
I think I remember that one when it came out.
Maybe
it was
I'm
a while
guessing,
ago.
yeah. But basically, it's that, if you have something like a really simple AI for a monster in a game, it might be wander around until you detect the player, and then once you've detected him, walk within range and do your attacks. And maybe you have 3 different attacks, so it flips a 3-sided coin and picks one of the attacks, and that's basically it. It's sense, walk to, and attack. And that's it. That's everything that's going on. But in a game like Go, there's so many different permutations of possible options. There's no way to compute everything. So how does the brain of the AI make decisions in spots like that? It can't literally just go through a prescribed list of stuff. It actually has to learn and figure it out. And so that's the stuff that's really fascinating to me.
Wasn't that one machine learning? The Go
Yeah.
one? Yeah, it played like so many games against itself and then used that information to play against real players. I think it goes something like that.
But it's that they have to combine that with a methodology of learning and decision making that isn't just brunt computation. Because it's just physically impossible to compute all the spaces. It just takes way too much computing power. And so that's why computer scientists are really interested in the game of Go, because the rules are really simple. It's complete knowledge, but it's computationally so insane that even the most advanced Go AIs before AlphaGo could not even take a game off a shitty amateur player. Because there was just way too much complexity. And so the fact that AlphaGo is able to do that, it has to actually use intelligent learning techniques alongside some raw computation. And that's the sort of stuff that's really fascinating to me. What is the process of having a Shadow Fiend learn to win 1v1 mids? Like they had them do at TI7. So that's kind of what my research project is about in the next month. So it's much more about the goal of trying to learn and try to implement, and less an actual output of like, here's the bot, everyone take a look. Because I'm pretty sure I'll just have a hell of a lot more knowledge, and then maybe next month I'll be able to have enough know-how to be able to do shit. So
it's a good goal. Definitely a lot of potential there for enjoyment and ways to go, no pun intended, with different directions with the execution. Like I said, Dota bots, man.
Dota bots, man. Dota
Probably
bots.
not worth it.
Well, I want to swing over to Dota, and I have 2 comments before we can finally get into this goddamn learning session, this goddamn educational thing. First one is, just been kind of having a rough outside of stream time, man. It has not been the best. Including dumb shit like having to go to the DMV, but I don't have a smog check, so after waiting 4.5 hours because the other DMV was shut down, I got kicked out to get the smog check and showed back up 1 minute after they closed, so I had to go back Tuesday and wait again, and I got fucking sunburned. And it's like a whole bunch of life shit that's shitty and annoying and frustrating, and it's totally gonna get resolved. But I've just been in a fucking tired-ass grumpy mood. I have done, so little fun shit. I got, fucking food poisoning over the weekend and stuff.
Jeez.
It's just been stupid. So I'm not going to be in ultra-mega try-hard mode today.
Okay.
Just going to be doing
hopefully we don't go on a losing streak, because then you're certainly going to be yelling.
You know what? The fact of the matter is that I'm just far too powerful to do any losing streak. That's, I think, the big takeaway from this, is that... I really want to be a monument to the arrogance of man. I wanted to ask the second question, which is actually more topical, which is that in this, I think it was game 2, in EG versus Newbee game 2, there was a long chunk of time where I just really didn't get at all what EG was doing. Let me actually adjust you. Oh my god, you're floating.
Remaining.
Oh my god,
EG's
I've made you float. Oh shit.
Ban.
All cannons float down here.
Turn to ban. EG's turn to ban.
And I wanted to ask about this. Well, you know what? Let me actually ask a way better question.
Okay.
Turn to ban.
How the fuck are you, man?
Turn to ban.
I'm okay. I did not have to go to the DMV for 5 hours. I can't imagine what that would be like. So I have nothing to complain about. I was really busy last week, but it's all good now. I'm gonna go visit family tomorrow probably. So in fact, I'm actually not gonna be here next Wednesday and probably the Wednesday afterwards. By the way, just so you know.
All right.
First
Fantastissimo.
But,
Well, dude, I
that's
look
good.
forward to whatever amount of Kevin winds up showing up. All right.
So the real question is, let's see if I can understand the Dota brain power of either of these two teams that are far better than me.
Excellent. Let me pop up this. Well, I guess we do less. It denies early game. Okay, so the start of this game, I feel like for the most part, I sort of got what was going on. Eventually, Sumail, who's on Lashrock, and Crit and Misery on AA are all going to be in a tri-lane up top. So Arteezy goes down south, and basically is just solo against, not this player. I think Enigma winds up coming down here later. Yeah.
I actually did watch this game randomly. Okay.
Yeah, and I mean, I was particularly interested in this game because I've just always wanted to learn Lashrock. I think he's just a cool-ass hero.
Okay, well, he's apparently OP right now, so you picked a good time.
All right, maybe we'll do it today.
Which is probably why, I mean, that's why you're playing him anyways, right? You see him in the pro scene, you've always wanted to play him, and now you're like, okay, let's do it.
Well, what happened is I said I've always wanted to learn this guy, I've always wanted to play it, and I've just been too tired to play, so I've just been watching a ton of games. And so this is what motivated me to watch it. And early game, let me actually speed up. I get what's happening right now. There's, I'll just say in a very hand-wavy simple sense, EG is trying to just tri-lane against their tri-lane. They think they have an advantage. Death Prophet versus Death Knight is fine. This Troll versus Enigma, fine, right? Just trying to win the lanes. But what happens if I zoom in, I'm going to go to about the 10-minute mark in-game. What's going to happen is, let me do just the Radiant. What's going to happen at this point is EG is going to be knocking this tower down. And there's this period of time where EG just does not do much else other than farm and stay on their side of the jungle. And I just don't understand. Because a lot of the people I play with are very like, let's get shit done. Including, you know, when we play. And so, you know, I just start to get this, like, stressful itchiness, you know? It's kind of like being on a date and suddenly no one's talking. I'm like, I know I have to talk. I know I better fucking talk, because if I'm not, we're gonna be in hell. It's just awkwardness, and we're staring at each other. So, like, right here, when I'm looking at this, okay, Lashrock is coming back. I think maybe it might be a little bit later than this. But, Arteezy's just farming out of his mind.
I remember this kill. He ends up getting a kill right before he gets killed. And he almost juked insanely well. That was crazy.
And so when I was looking at this, I'm like, okay, so Lashrock is up here in the top jungle. And if I associate this with some of the games I've played, I feel like a lot of times if I'm an offlaner, I'll get opportunities like this to just try to knock down this tower here. Like I'm Bristleback, they're trying to mess with the carry, so I just jam right in here. Often way too deep, but it doesn't matter because I'm Bristleback. Or similarly, if I'm a carry and I wind up here, alright, cool. I can pop back. And then it's like this point in time, I was largely following the Lashrock cam, but it seems like from here for a while, EG just does not cross the river at all. And I just don't understand why. Like Lashrock, this is actually the part where I was just confused as to why nothing was happening. Like, AA is down here, not pushing too hard. There's some dips up here to farm in some of these jungles. But there's not like big plays being made to do significant pushes or anything like that.
Okay, well, if you pause for a second, I mean, if you just look at the map, what play potential is there that EG can take?
Oh, well, I mean, frankly, I feel like if I saw this position, it would be, alright, let's push out bottom, and then let's try to kill off this. And if we get a pick, we can try to kill off this. But it just looks so passive.
Okay, so just pause again for a second, because I don't want the map state to change. So if you look at EG's side, or what about the other side now? What about Newbee's perspective? You don't necessarily have to go to their view, but like look at tactical potential. There's still a mid tower for EG, there's still an offlane tower for EG, so where is Newbee going to have to play around.
I actually don't think I understand what the phrase "play around" means. Like, what is their goal?
What's Newbee's best tactical place that, like, by play around it means like where's the best place for them to create action, what tower to push, where should they take a fight. It kind of means like if you look at the
top
map
area right here.
I think that looks pretty good. They would also like to get mid. Maybe
Certainly.
they can take Roche, but it's hard because EG has both of their towers, and if the AA doesn't push out bot lane very far, he basically just gets to sit there and collect farm and levels, which he has accomplished down there. So it basically, Newbee can maybe farm the enemy jungle, but they're probably not going to be diving down there because EG is protected by their shrines. So as long as EG keeps the mid lane semi pushed out and the top lane really pushed out, EG should be getting better farm and safer farm because they have more towers than their opponent. So that's like the simplest thing to say, I think. The other thing is you can always look at how fast you're going to gain farm. This is like a common Newbee thing to say, like, oh, we have worse late game, therefore we have to make something happen. They've got a Battle Fury on Troll Warlord.
Yeah.
He even went phase boots. The Troll is really fast at jungling already, but having Battle Fury makes it really, really fast. And Leshrac also is really fast at jungling, or really fast at farming, which you will find out today. He farms the speed of somebody that has a Battle Fury despite being magic damage.
Oh yeah. And
so,
that's I think one of the biggest takeaways I learned just from an individual hero perspective is you just pulse Nova to like just blast through jungles, and it's not that expensive.
A lot of damage. So basically, if EG is happy with the game state and they have an advantage and they have more map control and they farm faster than their opponents, in some ways, regardless of the enemy heroes, you could say that it is better for them to continue farming, assuming that they don't get picked off and die, is what I would say. And I would also say that their gank potential on Newbie side is not that great right now. It's basically Lifestealer bombs with somebody that has a Blink Dagger, and nobody does.
Yeah.
And it could also be, Dragonite having a Blink Dagger or a Shadow Blade, which he doesn't have. And it could also be the obvious one being Song of the Siren into Black Holes. Which is, so sometimes pro players will look at a lineup, and I'm not very good at this because I don't understand like lineups as a whole together as well. I don't understand like the pillars of like what you need as a team. Oh, X lineup is good at hitting. Like I can see like, okay, they have a tower hitter, but I don't necessarily see like who's better team fight. I think this game is obvious that like if EG is really far ahead right now and they're farming faster than their opponents, the only way that Newbee easily catches up is if they out-gank EG, which they can't do very well with their heroes, or if they get like a Song of the Siren Black Hole setup. And until that point, if EG just controls the lanes, Newbee's going to get a little bit less out of the map because they have less defense. Like they basically can't even enter their jungle because they lost that tier 2. That top tier 2 being gone is like the whole jungle is dangerous now. There's like that one large camp close to their tier 2 mid that is maybe farmable, but everything else other than close to shrines is really far from safety. So it's pretty hard for Newbee to get stuff out of the map with the exception of their other ancient side, like where Enigma is teleporting right now. That's like the only safe part on the map from the farm essentially. So EG technically has, and this is how EG always plays their games, they have like 2 cores constantly pushing side lanes, maybe 3. They keep their cores split up, the supports rotate around a little bit, but they're just always pushing, and then they watch where their opponents are going, they know where they're going because they're good players, and then they just out-farm the map after winning the laning stage.
Yeah, because I mean, like when you put it in the context of, you know, Dire does not have a lot of good places to farm, and so the fact that Leshrac can really easily jungle and clear waves, and then here's Troll Warlord really easily clearing waves, and then jungling back through here.
Yep.
And then this centerpiece of the jungle, I mean, it's almost like mid lane and these jungle camps belong to Death Prophet.
Yep.
Leshrac gets these lanes and this jungle dipping into Dire side.
Which is a shitload of space.
Yeah.
And then Troll gets offlane sometimes, and he can clear the rest of the jungle camps. And then if they push up, now they have ward vision around the enemy tier 2 bottom, which means that they're going to be more likely to push up farther here.
Yeah, also this was so ridiculous. Was it here? There was one miracle stay alive moment. I actually think this is it. So, goodbye. I think it's like right
yeah.
here.
It was, I remember it was by the shrine, yeah. He got gone on by the Dragonite, I think.
Yeah, it must be later because the shrine's down. But okay, again, so like here, I can understand this as EG's trying to push out lanes, and then Leshrac is coming back here to farm, and like again, something like this, I didn't understand why he was not pushing up into here and then trying to clear this area.
I would say that considering how much vision they have, you could maybe say it would be worth it, but they can only see 2 heroes right now. Hypothetically, if it's like Dragonite Lifestealer +1, he would still probably die, I guess.
Yeah, like if there was like a Lifestealer here and a Dragonite here, then you'd be like, okay, the cores are down there. This is safe to farm.
But also look at his itemization.
Who's his?
Leshrek's.
Yeah.
He's very close to Bloodstone, so maybe my guess theory here is that maybe he wants to finish Bloodstone first. That way, when he does do more aggressive farming things, that he's going to have the safety of being able to suicide if he does get gone on. And in this meantime, they were also planning to rush on. So if he goes out and pushes and gets picked off, they have to stop rushing. Whereas if he farms the jungle safely, there's a very low chance that he gets ganked there. And if he does, they can instantly TP respond. But if he goes to push the lane, then he's putting himself in a slightly dangerous position.
Because I sort of see the anchoring concept is, generally speaking, we want to push lanes as much as possible. Yep. Because we push lanes, and killed this, it's very difficult for our opponents to farm. So we can sort of just keep the game in a static position and just out-farm heavily and get way more big key items. And then once those key items come, such as Aegis and Bloodstone, then we resume pushing almost certainly to this as the next target and then to the mid tower.
And this playstyle works really good for EG because they have such extremely talented players. Like Arteezy's definitely one of the fastest farmers in the game. Sumail is the same position. Like very commonly as an offlane hero, he will have top net worth. It's not happening in this game, but it is not uncommon for Sumail to win his dual lane really hard and then have top net worth on like a Beastmaster or something. So their players really excel at this playstyle. If you tried to do this, but you didn't know how to track enemy map movements, you would probably feed all the time. You'd have like a lot of farm, but I
have an extraordinary skill set of feeding all the time. Like I mean, this is.
I'm also very good at that.
No, you have no idea how talented I am. Yeah, so here's the Bloodstone en route.
One thing about his skill build that you might want to notice, that he leaves Pulse Nova at level 1. Do you know why?
I assume it's just because the mana cost is lower.
Mm-hmm. So it's double the mana cost over time, but it only increases the damage by 40%. So usually you want to leave it until around your Bloodstone timing before you level it up.
Wow, makes sense. Yeah.
Somewhere around there is usually when players get their second point. But this is not uncommon to have just 1 point. Maybe against certain matchups, more illusion heroes, that kind of a thing, maybe you want more Pulse Nova early. But between Bloodstone and Eul's, you should be pretty set on mana regen at this point.
And then here was the...
Oh yeah, I remember this is the...
Or were you going to ask?
No, yeah, same thing you said. Go ahead. Just press play.
Dude, first of all, look at how underfarmed Lifestealer is. He's just got boots and gloves of haste.
He does have 2.8 in the bank, though. If he had an armlet here, they would have killed Leshrek. Guaranteed. But he's going for the Radiance build. Don't know if I like it this game. I guess relying on right-click against Troll is kind of... You don't want to go armlet against AA is the other thing.
Yeah. Also, I can imagine that... and this is amazing to me, is that he's literally not running, he's like moving towards the enemies.
Yeah, he knows. Once there's a 2-man stun, it's a really good chance that they win that fight, because he can chain stun follow up, so 4 seconds of stun. Do you know what damage types the 3 basic skills do?
I think
that's kind of important.
I think it goes magical, physical, magical. Is this right? So
yep, and his ultimate's magic as well. So just so you know, for jungling purposes, because it feels like all your basic abilities except for Diabolic Edict have such low cooldown, it feels like I should just cast these all the time. But if you're just a little conservative with your mana usage, your jungling speeds will go a lot farther. So I just wanted to remind you that if you're killing Mud Golems or Ancients or something, that you don't necessarily spam too many lightnings and things like that.
Well, one thing that I noticed is that there was very little usage of anything but Pulse Nova. Occasionally he would throw down a Lightning Storm if it was double stacked. Essentially never a Split Earth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, split earthing neutral creeps is just it's okay, but I mean,
here it makes sense because he has no health.
If you leave your ultimate on for 3 seconds, it's doing the same damage as a split earth, and that's going to cost you about the same mana.
Yeah,
and it doesn't cost you cooldown at all, so it's just better to abuse the ultimate basically. So
he gets out.
So yeah.
And then see, now this just makes perfect sense why they're pushing here. They just killed the 2 cores, so just begin pushing mid tower because. Well, they already coordinated and killed this, but...
Yeah, they might not fully commit, but... Yeah, it looks like they will. Glyph is down, they can just stand here for like 10 seconds, back him up. And he's got Aegis, that's the other thing.
Dude, I think this is so strong when you have like 1 or 2 up here, 1 or 2 here, and then the core attacking from right here. That's like so strong.
And do you know why the A is up there? Other than the typical, like, it's nice to have somebody on the side to watch approaches.
Let me think.
Would you like a hint? It's based on the enemy lineup. What's the key here?
This is a guess, but I feel like it's not. Okay, I feel like generally having split locations is important because you don't want to get Song of the Siren Black Hold, but I can't think anything beyond that. I have no idea.
I mean,
Kevin,
that's basically
know.
right, but they need to see where the Naga is coming from, because I don't know what level she is, but she's probably not. She probably doesn't have level 2 ulti yet. Do you want to click on the Naga? So level 1 Song of the Siren is really low AoE, it's 1,000. So for her to get on top of the opponents at all, she has to get pretty close. So the easiest way for her to do that would be to smoke and wrap around or something, because then if EG does group slightly for a moment, at least the AA is there. Because technically AA is vulnerable there because Dragon Knight has a Shadow Blade. Like that could have been AA getting blown up instantly at the start of the fight.
Yeah,
but I think DK probably would be okay with that
respawned,
too.
So
that's true. Yeah, good point.
Well, actually, if I rewind, I think he literally like just.
He respawned during the glyph, I think, something like that. But you're certainly right. Like they also had a ward. They had ward vision of the shrine. You can see over by where the witch doctor is. So any way that Dragon Knight approaches, basically, it's going to be spotted. They also saw that witch doctor is TPing away, which means that there's no way that there's a fight.
Yeah.
So basically, all the towers are dead. They have a massive gold advantage. They still have Aegis. This I imagine they. I think they did go high ground relatively fast this game, but I feel like EG doesn't even have to use the Aegis. They can just again spread the map out. Sumail takes the top. Arteezy goes bottom. Yeah. Same thing. This is like super standard with how EG plays consistently.
You know, there's something that you said that I want to highlight because I think it's like subtle but really important, which is that I think many players, myself included, would say it's good to have a hero here because it's good to see heroes coming from this side, which is a true general statement, but the details are always important. It's like, what is the thing that you are looking for?
Yeah.
You know, and the fact that you are looking specifically for Naga Siren because that's the huge threat. Yeah, other people can come around this way, but the big threat is this. You know, it kind of reminds me of like when people send out scouting workers in StarCraft.
Yeah.
Good players will say, I'm specifically looking for if he's going gas or 2 racks or expand. Like they're actually looking for the trigger to branch. And the weaker players will be like, I just know scouting's good. And then they'll see something and they'll be sort of like, oh my god, what now? Oh
yeah, it's 2 guesses. What does that mean?
I don't know. Whoa.
Yeah, I see your point. I think it's really hard to notice that stuff in game, but if you're able to notice those things, and obviously a top level team will, then they're never gonna make the mistake to group up enough for Enigma to get like a 5-man black hole. So they're gonna guarantee the push. The Naga Siren won't get the easier setup that makes the that's harder to counter basically, and then they're just gonna continue controlling the map.
Why does Disco Pony get the Blink Dagger?
Quicker initiation. It also allows you to avoid clumping, basically. Like, if, let's say you want to dive at Arax, which they definitely do, it's really scary against Naga Siren Enigma for obvious reasons. So if the fight starts and both your... Like, if you just pause the game really quick, and you see where the Enigma was a second ago, in the upper right, he's like right there. Imagine if one of your cores, like Sumail, blinks back there. So, let's say... Sumail on Leshrac blinks to basically where the Enigma is, uses all of his abilities, follows Enigma, and at the same time Death Prophet pops her ultimate and blinks to the equidistant part to the south of the Rex. Kind of like if you like cut the Rex down the middle and flip a mirror over, like let's say deep, like basically below Witch Doctor. Like DP can TP blink in there aggressively, Leshrac can be on the top side, in the meantime Troll's wailing on the tower. Like that's the hardest thing to play against if you're playing like a grouped AoE team fight kind of thing, is like if the cores instantly get to the backline on time, that means you don't have that time where you're like, they have to walk from here to here. It's like instead you just go in and instantly the fight starts. And that's why on Death Prophet the Blink Dagger has been getting more and more popular lately, and why in this game it made a lot of sense for Sumail. Because he can instantly get to the place he needs to take a fight, to follow up on stuns.
Yeah.
Like all of that stuff is going to be doable. Yeah, and I think if you watch the fight, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, and before we watch that fight, I just had one other question, which is that I'm consistently seeing intelligence heroes with a Ring of Aquila.
So, do you have any theories?
Well, here are some of my guesses. Okay. I have seen this on A Nature's Prophet. I think it was the game that Liquid had against Virtus Pro where Miracle went for early Ring of Aquila on NP.
Mm-hmm. Which makes more sense because he's got Trance, right?
Yeah, and also there's just mana problems that you'll have with Nature's Prophet early on, so this solves the mana issue. You have things to provide armor to. But I feel like more than anything, for $1,000, it's just a really nice pop of damage.
I would say for non-agility heroes, the damage is less good.
Yeah.
I would say that this is the generic stats is good, but the way you should look at it is armor, in my opinion. Like one item that I consistently for the last couple months have just been thinking like, surely it's worth buying it, and I was thinking Veil on Death Prophet. It's like you buy 2 null talismans, you're already most of the way, you could just buy it. But I actually played it in a game recently, and I thought I could have just bought a medallion for the same price of upgrading to my Veil, and I would have had just as much armor anyways, and then I could have finished Solar Crest right after, and that would have solved a different problem. And instead I'm sitting here on Veil finishing my Yules, you know, like it just delayed my build too much. But this build is very similar. Instead of buying a second null, you just get a Wraith Band, or you get a fast Ring of Basilius. And Ring of Basilius gives you 7 damage right off the bat, and 10 damage when you make it into Aquila. So yeah, it's a good damage item. Gives you 13 for 1,000 gold. That's not bad, but I think it's mostly the armor. 2 armor from the aura, 9 agility is like an extra armor and a half. So you're getting 3.5 armor for 5, like literally 500 gold. You're getting 3 armor basically is what's happening. From where a null talisman where a null talisman would be 3 agi is like half of an armor. You're spending 500 more, you're getting 3 points of armor. It's just really inexpensive way to give a hero like Death Prophet, who does need a little armor, an instant boost. It's just really simple. Yeah, Medallion also does it, but Aquila is half the cost basically, and gives you about half the armor, and just makes your team better. Just like safe to get basically. It's just, I don't know, Aquila is just so efficient in so many ways, even on non-agility heroes.
So 2.5, no, it's 0.5.
And then when the fight starts, you'll see what I said they would do.
Yeah.
Partially because I watched the replay, or watched the game already. But
another thing is I've seen Enchantress getting the Ring of Aquila as well.
Probably similar thing.
Yeah.
Armor for creeps. Helps you push towers is probably the biggest thing for Enchantress. She has a lot of trouble hitting buildings.
Yeah.
So it helps to have bonus armor for lane creeps, basically, is what you're looking at in that situation.
So the expectation is blink up here from Sumail.
Yep.
Blink at the bottom from Fear.
If crit finds the right initiation, they will instantly go in. So they wanna catch somebody that they know they can burst down. Ideally, they could catch Enigma and kill him before he activates BKB. But if they can't go that, they go for something else. And in the meantime, Lifestealer's kind of still pushing bottom, but they do also have Aegis. I remember this. He ended up surviving, I think.
Yeah, I think that isn't Aegis almost down.
Probably right. Sometimes the replay is bugged for Roche timer stuff, but
is there a way to determine? Actually, I can just hit enter.
What does it say respawn wise on the Roche on the left?
It says may respawn in 3 minutes and 43 seconds. Isn't the earliest response is 8 minutes?
I don't remember. They've changed it so many times. I can't remember off the top of my head. Sorry.
Chat, tell us.
That's like one of those things.
Almost down.
One of those things I've never gotten used to tracking stupidly. So they kill Eidolons. Oh, maybe I'm thinking of it for a moment where he stays alive.
I think they have to see this Lifestealer and know that it's go time.
So they killed the tower here. This is where he ended up surviving.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Tower's dead. I think this is the safer move. They got the tower. That's going to allow them to kill shrines, more map control. They don't have to gamble on Aegis for an initiation, because they know they're stupidly far ahead. Like, I feel like any team would be like, yeah, let's go for this.
That's right.
Let's take the racks. We can do this. But now they've guaranteed that shrines are dead, even less map control. Wait till next Aegis. Don't mess around.
Yeah, so...
Was this? I think this is an elimination match, is the other thing.
Yeah, this is game 2.
Yeah. So if they lose this set, they go home.
But then the EG advanced and then lost the following set to LGD.
LGD, yeah. Which is interesting. I didn't get to catch those games. I think I caught like the end of game 2 or something like that. But in the interview, I believe the player, I don't remember which tag he was, because I think he's one of their new players, but he said that we felt like their weaknesses were, I don't know if he said glaring or obvious, but he felt like they do play a very straightforward style, so they must have figured out the way to do it. See how Death Prophet hit backline? Now instantly Enigma has to be like, well, I'll just have to tank, I'll just have to go for this one kill. And then instantly Arteezy buys back, Black Hole's been used, and now Newbie's screwed. They have no farm, basically. They have almost no team fight. They've used both Song and Black Hole. All they can do is like right click with Lifestealer and Dragonite, and that's it. So game's over. So in this
Yeah,
one, they maybe forced a little bit, but there was very low chance of that going badly.
Yeah.
As long as they didn't lose in the time period where RTZ bought back and was walking back to the fight. That was the only dangerous part, kind of. But they were so far ahead of them.
Yeah. Fucking sick.
It's a very standard EG. I was a little surprised they lost to LGD 2-0, personally, but...
Yeah.
Alright, I have a pitch. How do you feel about watching those replays?
What do you mean how I feel? I really enjoyed it, and I found it very educational.
Did you watch those games already? No, the EG LGD ones.
I watched them, but I was walking to and away from the computer. If you want to watch it,
I would love to, actually. I'd really like to watch them since we're on this pathway, if that's okay with you.
oh hell yeah! Let me get this open.
So I didn't get to catch those ones, and I'm curious why it went bad. Looks like they did support last track.
Let's see. This was game 2.
Oh wait, why don't we start game 1?
Because
I want to watch both.
Oh fuck yeah! I was navigating to it through the replays menu instead of through the tournaments menu, so I just clicked on one and it turned out to be game 2. So.
We should definitely watch through the draft first of all, because they have support last track, so they probably picked it early and then felt later that it wasn't worth committing to, for whatever reason, and I'm not really sure why. Must have been Chalice. That was the guy they interviewed.
Yeah. You know, I am going to get some water because I realize I don't have any. So this is the Ehan timing. All right, Kevin, please entertain the masses the way that you do.
You left the replay on 1x speed. It's like I'm actually casting a tournament. I have to fill time for 2 minutes till I have something to talk about because I don't know how to draft well. Okay, guys, they banned an Omni Knight. Interesting. But ultimately, support last track, I think, is not a good hero. I don't think the hero works well that way because he's like a shitty version of Lina from the support role is probably how I describe it. You can farm better, I guess. That's not even necessarily true. You can kill like creep waves a little bit faster, but you're more vulnerable. You can't defend yourself quite as well, in my opinion. And your damage is pretty high, but you don't have enough levels to like make your burst damage be incredibly fast, I guess. So I'm just not a fan of support Lesh. But they were against a Viper, a Terrorblade.
Sorry about that. I'm trying to be responsible and make sure that I actually hydrate enough.
Is that my next? That should be my goal too, man. You left us on 1x speed during the draft. How dare you?
Yeah, you know what? Fuck you guys.
I come here to watch sped up replays.
For whatever reason, this tends to choke my computer a little bit. So apologies to anyone if there's the issue. Okay, so Omni Knight, I feel like Tiny is currently one of the strongest people just in the meta right now. He's just so ridiculous when a good player is on him.
Yeah,
and it feels like he can do position 4, position 3, position 1. Feels like he can do a variety.
We haven't seen much support Tiny recently. It's almost always an offlane.
Yeah.
But the offlane Tiny is really good, and mostly because he's really strong at laning with tree grab, and because comboing people is effective. He's got a stun. He's got a lot of utility. Basically, it kind of just works all over the place.
Oh my God, spacebar does not work in the replay menu.
Yep.
Look at this, or not in the replay, the draft. So I was wondering what was going wrong. So okay, Omni Knight is also strong laner, and then I don't really know the reasoning behind banning this. NP strong. I don't.
It's an anti-split push, and it helps them. It basically against EG when their cores are split up all the time. If they're always split pushing lanes, Cuddle helps you offset that. It's kind of like having an Ember Spirit with Boots of Travel. You know, you can always TP to a lane, push it out, and then get back to the team fight instantly.
Yeah.
Cuddle does the same thing with Recall and while pushing lanes.
So already, like, AA and Sand King both feel like some of the most neutral first picks you could do. Well, Sand King especially feels like pure neutral. It's just leaving your options open. And I don't know too much about... like, I think of AA normally responsively. Like, you know, oh, they have a Huskar on their team. Let's throw out an AA. A lot of armlet users. Okay, we're going to respond with an AA. But it feels like just mostly a fine pick. Good bullying early game.
Historically, it's been like that very often. But I think right now it's just good in the lane. It does a lot of damage with Chilling Touch, basically, and it also transitions then into helping you guarantee kills on heroes that you catch, is how it should be thought of, I think.
Yeah. So what I've been seeing a lot in the drafts that I've been watching lately is, like, Dragon Knight seems like just a high priority pick overall because he just seems mostly solid. But, I mean... I should say mostly solid in the laning phase with his regen and whatnot, but I actually really... I played a game of Dragon Knight like one versus AI. It was one of the first games I played because the tutorial hooks you up with DK, man. And like, I don't know, just feels weird in the late game because he's like so slow.
He is. Did you get a blink dagger?
I don't know. That was a long.
If you don't get a blink dagger, then he's gonna feel bad. If you don't get a shadow blade or a blink, but realistically, you need at least a blink. And you need to have good visibility and good usages of blink. If you're a bad player and you get blink on him, it might not even be that great. But if you're at all experienced, like I would say, you're definitely qualified at this point. Blink is gonna feel real good because as you initiate, you get a stun. Your team focuses and kills that guy, then the chase continues. You know, you're chasing after, you get to blink to catch up again, or maybe use blink to dodge an ability, for example. That's kind of where he becomes abusive.
And so this Leshrac pick, I mean, this reminds me of EG at TI7, where they did a lot of these picking heroes that could be in multiple positions. And I remember this Leshrac was actually on Misery or Crit.
This game, yeah. It was on Misery this game.
Yeah.
These are their two supports. So something basically happened this game that made them feel that it was better to pick a different hero that made their Leshrac support versus, and it was probably the Nyx Assassin, I'm guessing.
Yeah, because I feel like Nyx Assassin basically says, screw your mid int hero. Like, the thing that I know Nyx Assassin for is, well, first of all, the early games of Dota where I would have myself a glass or two of whiskey and go brown boots Dagon. Oh, the greatest times. In fact, I need to spend more time focusing on this. This is too much my favorite thing ever. If I go to my stats and go to my total games played, you'll see that like
Nyx is number 2.
Nyx is number 2, but it's like one of the only below 50% win rate heroes that I have, right? Like you like go down here, and this is like clearly me getting better. I'm trying to work my death profit up. I was using 41%, but I was like 1 in 9, and now I'm 10-14, so I'm happy about that. But like Nyx, Offlane, brown boots, Dagon. As it turns out, it's not great. It's not great. But yeah, there was a 22 kill game where I got the Dagon 5 pretty fast, and that was tight.
Yeah, when it works out, it feels amazing. It makes you want to do it every game, but then you realize that it's difficult to do so.
Yeah.
So, what do you see from the draft so far? I brought up Nyx, and you said it's good against those int heroes mid, but do you see anything else that it does really well?
What are the other things that it does really well? Give me a moment. Obviously, it shits on int heroes, and I bring up the mid thing because I remember. Well, I am surprised at how often it's dual mid versus dual mid, and Nyx is very, very helpful there to just be able to disable and be fucking annoying.
I'd say he's okay there. Not amazing. He's got a good regen, but he doesn't have a lot of... He's not ranged, and his mana burn is a really long cooldown, and his stun is... he's not a great support right now, I would say. I was really impressed with Roger's Nyx play.
But I mean, like, frankly, the reason, like, how I view Nyx now as someone who's a recovering brown boots Dagon player is that he's a mostly reliable stun, and I guess that against Leshrac you have a really nice opportunity to consistently get your reflective carapace off.
That's true. Yeah, he's definitely very good against Lesh. Was the first issue here. Like, it looks like LGD went into the series thinking like, we know what to do against EG. They're gonna pick Leshrac. And we just pick one of the hardest Lesh counters in Nyx Assassin because every mana burn we hit for him late game. I mean, if you look at Lesh's int gain, I can look it up for you so you don't have to change the screen. But
it's high. I think it's like 3.4 or something.
Not quite. It's 3 though, which is really high. And you do end up buying int items naturally. Bloodstone obviously is a nice solution because it gives you mana regen without giving you too much int. But in a game where you're right now where mana regen scales based on how much int you have, you kind of have to buy and get int anyway. So. Right. So Leshrac is really countered here. And again, I mentioned he has some mana problems. So if you keep getting hit with mana burns in a team fight, you're talking like Dagon 5s or Dagon 4s every 4 seconds. It's really good.
Yeah, because Nyx, it's a 4-second cooldown at level 4, and it does 4x intelligence damage?
5, I believe.
Holy shit.
Yeah, heroes. 5 times. So if Leshrac has like 100 int, which is probably not an incredible amount, that's like a normal amount of items probably. We're talking 500 mana drained and damage dealt every 4 seconds. Really good against him. I mean, Lesh will have some magic resistance, and maybe that's probably not worth buying something like a Kaya to reduce the mana drain. But yeah, very good. And the other cool thing is that instantly combos with AA, because remember, AA isn't necessarily about like counter the heal. It's about guarantee a kill on a guy that you're initiated on, because Ice Blast does a shitload of damage, and you put a Vortex down. So Nyx covers both bases. Instantly gives AA setup and counters Leshrac. So right off the bat, EG is like in a dicked position for this draft.
You know, I have an issue of either thinking too high level or too specific, because I mean, like, you're just basically saying, like, Nyx, dude, he just hard counters Leshrac, and he has some other good benefits, like.
I can check his Dota buff margins as well, because I'm definitely talking it up, and maybe there's some examples where he doesn't work great, but I feel like he should be really good against Leshrac. And sometimes this is nice when you hear like Leshrac kind of comes back into the game again. All of a sudden you're like, oh man, I haven't seen that here in a while. And if you just go onto a Dota buff page and scroll down, you can see which heroes have a win rate against it. Undying is actually that's a disadvantage. Ooh. Nyx actually isn't even on the top 10, at least based on the average stuff. But I feel like in a pro game it's good. It looks like it's a 1.49% disadvantage against Nyx, but in a pro game it's way better, just because any Nyx that's looking to kill a Leshrac is going to be invis. They're going to wait till Leshrac is farming a wave. They're going to turn on spiked Carapace while they're invis and take damage.
Oh my god, yeah.
And then that guarantees a stun setup every single time. Every single time. And a good player will do that, and an average bad player will not do that. So it's like tough life for Leshrac to just farm neutrals even. If LGD keeps grabbing gank sort of heroes that can combo with this, then it should lead to a really good team fight for them. And they sort of did that.
Faceless Void combos with AA ridiculously well.
It's I would say, yeah. I would say very good. It's maybe not as good as it used to be, but it's very good right now. I just played one of those the other day, actually.
So with the Nyx pick, it feels like banning the Lifestealer and other things are trying to... Nyx already kind of accounts for a lot of these scary int heroes that they might pick, so they're just going to ban, like, strength-ish heroes? I don't know.
I would say that Lifestealer counters what the Nyx A combo does, which is gank setup into burst kill. If they mess up at all, or Lifestealer uses rage, they're shut down.
Remaining.
And Lifestealer is pretty good against Nyx as well, because you can just rage and kill Nyx usually. And if you use Spike Carapace, all it does is blocks one hit of damage. So Lifestealer versus Nyx is very good. And if they get like a Radiance or something, like Lifestealer would counter both A and Nyx essentially.
I see. Oh my god, chat's talking about my Nyx assassin joke. God, that is one of the high points of my entire life. I both simultaneously entertained anyone who played Nyx and hurt as many people as possible, all in the same concise period of time. It's really rewarding to know that what I'm capable of.
I would argue Void is pretty good is okay against Leshrac, but it's also like the gank core with Chrono. Bat Rider for same thing that it combos with the ganking. And Lycan is very good at killing A repeatedly with no way of A stopping it.
I was gonna say. Oh god.
And it pushes towers really well, so they're scared of EG getting like some tempo advantage and just taking all the buildings.
Yeah, because if they have like a Leshrac, the Sand King's already okay at clearing waves, I feel, and like if they have like a Leshrac and a Lycan and like a Death Prophet.
Yeah, the game could end. Is your game paused? Oh, you did it on purpose. Okay. I was scared that it bugged.
So I feel like Razor is just a really strong lane bully, but I don't see how it necessarily plays into what they're doing, other than being an edgy hero.
His common itemization provides them easy solutions against Nyx A, in that if you pop a BKB, then you're going to have a good time. With that said, though, if you are a Razor and you're against a Nyx assassin, Nyx can also set up on you ultra easy. You use your ultimate, you find the Razor when he's not near creeps, you activate your Spike Carapace before you break invis, and you attack Razor, and Razor instantly stuns himself, because then his passive will attack you as Nyx assassin. So again, instant setup, that's basically uncounterable. So, but I think the Razor was like a core opening that they need some stability here, because they're already a little countered. They need something that has BKB. Yeah. And Razor also gives them a lane matchup win if he has a good time.
Terrorblade, I don't really understand how to think of in terms of like early game counters. He seems like relatively strong early game. Terrorblade just seems good. I don't know.
He's good in lane. I think he's a little bit out of favor right now to the dual lanes, it seems like. But I would say he looked really good against the first three picks, because he definitely beats Razor, if Razor hasn't stolen all of his damage at the start of the fight, of course. Yeah. He's very good against Leshrac, because he does a shitload of physical damage from range. So that means if Leshrac's initiated on and Terrorblade is kind of close, Metamorphosis Manta just blows him up, basically. And Leshrac has a lot of raw HP with some magic resistance, so he's weaker to physical damage because he's generally not going to get that many armor items. If he buys a Shivas too early, maybe he doesn't have BKB, maybe he doesn't have enough raw HP, that kind of a thing. So I think Terrorblade fits this, and they have good stuns, but not amazing stuns.
Yeah.
Between Lesh and Sand so he should be able to get a Sunder off.
So when I see the Troll Warlord, I also note, okay, this is a BKB carrier against heroes that don't want you to have BKB.
Yeah.
Also, Arteezy in the games of his that I've seen recently really likes getting Battle Fury on Troll Warlord, which I feel like is acceptably good against Terrorblade. But I mean, I feel like just Troll against any hero that he's able to single target down is
heroes that are
strong,
pretty strong. Like basically any carry that is personally survivable, like they have a lot of HP and armor, is almost always going to lose to a troll in a 1v1.
Yeah.
Just because he attacks so fast and he gets so much attack speed from attacking repeatedly, and he also has a mischance from his axe spin, which those kind of heroes are almost always heavy right clickers, with the exception of maybe like, I guess Gyro doesn't have that much armor, but he's another example. Like Troll just kind of beats all those guys, so fits their playstyle, gives them the power to push farm really fast, and beat Terrorblade and potentially chain bash him.
Let me lock my chair so that way I can snug this cat. Hi, sweetheart. Oh shit! I paused it again.
Yeah, I was like, you gonna?
Yeah.
I don't want you to cuddle your cat, or?
Yeah. All right. Let's take a moment, and we got the share bear.
Remaining.
Actually, you smell fucking horrible. Jesus! Oh my god, this cat oh my god, she just went to the litter box and wants to be snuggled. Okay, I'm gonna put you down. Oh my god, just go air off in the living room. Oh fuck, man. I don't know what, I feed the cat real healthy food, but when this cat, shits like a truck driver, man, it is awful. I'll be in the middle of a show and all of a sudden my nose will fill up with what I think is gasoline fumes, and nope, it's just Sheriff doing her thing. Oh my god, I'm so glad she's not here. Oh, she's upside down looking at me now. I'm not going to look at her. I'm not going to make eye contact. I want to encourage that gross, stinky cat. Oh,
so what do you think about Viper here?
Okay, sorry. It was hard to see. There was blood in my eyes. Okay, so what do I think about Viper in this situation? Well, generally, Viper is a strong laner. Give me a moment. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to process.
Think of the hero matchups, what he's up against, things like that. How does he match up against the 4 EG heroes? How does he match up in a potential 1v1 against any of their heroes?
So I feel like Viper against Troll Warlord early game would be nice for Viper. Viper against Razor, I feel like is okay. It's just hard anytime Razor winds up snatching any amount of damage. What do I think about Leshrac? Well, I mean, the return magic damage from the passive for Viper, I guess, is one. And I guess it can disable the passives of Razor and Troll Warlord. I really don't have a strong.
So I would argue. So Viper is kind of like Terrorblade survivability wise, in that he's very tanky individually.
Yeah.
He has a lot of HP. He has good survivability, but unlike Terrorblade, he's good against magic damage instead of Terrorblade being good against physical damage, is how I would argue. So I would say against Troll, Viper is not too happy. He doesn't want to be gone on by Troll, but against Razor, it's okay-ish because he can kind of slow Razor and walk away. Against Leshrac, I would say it's really good because Leshrac does a lot of AoE magic damage, which it doesn't mean it does a stupid amount of single target. So against a Viper, if Viper is relatively tanky, he should be able to stay alive against Lesh for a relatively decent period of time. And then I guess against Sand King, it's all magic burst. So I think Viper, his goal is go to the mid lane,
answering these.
Do okay against Razor in the early game. That way the matchup isn't too bad. It's not like amazing, but it's okay as well because he does a lot of magic damage just from poison attack.
I would have thought Viper versus Troll early game would have favored Viper. Just do the range and the poison.
It definitely would, level 1 a little, but as the game goes on, Viper Troll should win that matchup easily, in my opinion, because he's going to still have to land hits, and Troll has much more movement speed. So Troll should be able to gap close, get evasion on, or get the mischance on him, and trade better against Viper. With that said, Troll doesn't buy a lot of HP regen, but you're never going to put Troll in a 1v1 mid, really. Nobody's done that in a really long time, so.
So I'm trying to think, see, here's where I need to stop and be like, okay, what is EG missing in their lineup? I think I know what the pick is here. I think they picked Underlord?
They picked Enigma.
Oh fuck. I don't
And
understand.
they got to pick last as well. They both get a ban here, and then LGD has to pick their Clockwork first. So what happened?
Hit it with that 4x.
LGD's turn to ban. 10 seconds remaining.
So they banned
5
Pugna.
seconds remaining.
Another word really good against Leshrac because he spends a lot of mana casting
Yeah.
spells. It's the 4th Dota buff advantage. Yeah.
LGD's turn to pick. 10 seconds.
I feel like this would be a
5
good place to go
remaining.
Beastmaster for EG.
I don't agree in the slightest. Why do you think
10
Beastmaster is good?
seconds remaining.
So I'm imagining if Beastmaster is paired up against Terrorblade, that feels like a good matchup for Beastmaster.
For what reason?
For what reason?
It's kind of the opposite, actually.
Really? I mean, like, the reason that I was going to say is he just seems like a very strong bully in lane.
He is, but what kind of damage does he do?
Physical? Oh, 8 armor on Terrorblade. Okay.
He's got like 11 or something. It's like, it's a shield.
I think
It's
it's
double digits.
8 base armor, and then he gets to like 11 after.
His
I
agility.
think it's 8. Yeah. Well,
So he's got huge survivability basically, which means that against physical damage, it's not a good time.
Mm-hmm.
He's got 10.7 armor at level 1 without any items. So against a Beastmaster, that's not going to be a good time. He could still lane okay, but every time that Terrorblade gets an opportunity to use meta and go for a beast kill, they should be able to. So Beastmaster wouldn't work. So they probably. So let's try to think about why they went Enigma here. I think that was that Clockwork first or Enigma? Enigma was the last, I think.
Yeah, Enigma was the final pick.
So Leshrac core against Nyx is going to be a bad time. I think Leshrac core against Viper doesn't sound super fun. The other thing is that if you look at team fight, it's looking kind of scary for EG, especially against Clock. I think Clock has good area team fight disruption. Terrorblade should be able to sit behind that. Viper can sit behind that. It's going to be hard for like EG to get to the backline and like win fights. So maybe they're thinking by grabbing Enigma, we get this team fight advantage that we can use to get some black holes off, guarantee Terrorblade or Viper kills at the start of the fight. And then if they do that, it feels like they win the fight because like the big damage dealers really are like Viper TB. Other than like the nuke stuff between A and like Clock being a nuisance. So if they get a black hole on either Terrorblade or Viper, they should be able to win the fight, I feel like. Is maybe what they're thinking. The downside is that now they're forced to use a support Leshrac, which is going to be shit. But I think that's why they role swapped here, and then it makes Nyx worse because then he's countering a hero that's a support. But honestly, Lesh support, I doubt it's going to work great. I mean, they did lose, of course, but and I didn't watch the game, but it's not a great hero for supporting it, I believe.
All right.
Guess lane matchup wise, Enigma's also gonna be able to deny a lot of farm for Terrorblade, which is not bad. Well, this is where we'll have to see how things develop. Both smoke out, neither spots. Trade,
30 seconds to battle.
trade runes, I guess.
I mean, in pub matches, consistently 3 of my allies are here until 20 seconds before
Oh,
the
yeah.
match starts.
So they'll just trade, everybody gets bounty runes.
Battle begins.
Stat-wise, it looks like Clockwork was the one that went off this game.
Yeah, I recall
Another
tuning
lane
in near
swap.
the end and being like, Jesus. So, okay.
Okay. I did not anticipate this. Alright. So why did they do this? I think I figured it out.
So I don't know super much about how Troll plays in early game, but they're going to try this.
He's kind of crappy level 1 is probably the way to describe it, but by like level 2 and on, he's really good.
So I think basically, like, let me think. I mean, I think the most notable thing is, okay, Arteezy can probably solo lane against Clockwork and be okay.
Yeah.
the real worry is that because the AA and the Nyx are so good against, like, Leshrac.
Don't worry about that at level 1. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Right, like level 1 Leshrac support, totally fine. Because he's got an AoE stun that does like 120 damage. He's fine as a level 1 support.
Yeah.
Just he sucks later. So don't worry about him being countered by those heroes.
Yeah. Well, so I was going to say, like, I think that that's why they don't have him being run core, but still just running tri-lane against this tri-lane when they have their sort of prime lane bullier Razor to go against Terrorblade, which leaves Enigma left over here. I don't see the reasoning of, hey, let's choose to put Enigma here first.
I think Enigma's going to play fine against Viper. I would argue, I guess I'm guessing that he'll do well or have a potential matchup advantage because Viper doesn't have good AoE, right? So the Eidolons are always going to be right-clicking. Viper has a little bit low of armor.
Yeah.
Considering he doesn't have the hugest agility, he's only got 2.5 armor. So he's just going to right-click him all the time with the Eidolons. He should be better at last hitting because he's got Enigma and his Eidolons to last hit, whereas Viper is entirely reliant on his agility and his base damage to get last hits. So Sumail's going to be able to deny levels for the Viper. He should be able to out-trade him. And basically, Viper just doesn't get to do Viper things because there's too many units to. It's kind of like playing Viper versus a Broodmother or something. It's not going to be a good time.
Yeah, it's either kill Sumail or bust because the Eidolons are just able to deal so much damage.
Yeah, so he's just constantly being traded against. And then it gives him this tri-lane matchup where Razor can sap damage from Terrorblade, which is a good advantage to have. And then they have both the Sand King and the Leshrac together, which guarantees a level 2 stuns in a row. And in fact, Misery actually went Lightning, which is slightly confusing to me. How much damage does it do level 1 right now? I think it's 75.
It does a good amount.
Yeah,
it's,
so it's 4-second cooldown.
80 damage, yeah.
80 damage, and it slows, and it bounces 4 times. So it's kind of like a much better version of Zeus nuke, if you think about it. So that's probably what they're thinking. And then they're assuming that Arteezy can beat the Clockwork in a 1v1, which is slightly scary, but if he just plays in range mode the whole time, he should be more than fine.
Yeah.
And as long as he doesn't get caught solo, he's going to be all right here. Goes boots first to ensure that he doesn't get caught by Clockwork mana draining or running him down, so he's kind of solidified in his lane. Massive 12 damage.
Deal. Yeah. I mean, frankly, going down to 40 is like really hard to get last hits on.
That's not for the likes of you.
So, I mean, this seems pretty straightforward. I assume that he's getting the Windlace early to eventually get drums or something?
That was probably in case he was up against Razor Mid. If you're against a Razor Mid, you want more movement speed.
Right.
Cast a slow, then walk away, basically.
First blood. Purities.
Well, who died? Oh, Misery. No, Misery!
Do you want to go back and watch the initiation?
You know, weirdly, it didn't occur to me we could do that. Look, we're just going to hit the button now. This is great.
So he's trying to be over here to play. Oh,
yeah.
I see. Use Spike Carapace to guarantee the stun afterwards. That was a very cool initiation.
Yeah, I immediately clicked on this to see if he had any mana burn, because, I mean, Carapace as a setup for stun. Weirdly, Carapace as a setup for stun is not something I have ever considered as a Brown Boots Dagon player.
Mm-hmm. Makes a lot of sense in this case, though, because it guarantees they get like 1 second of stun, plus they get Chilling Touch on 3 heroes. Leshrac goes down, same thing.
God!
Like every time that right click comes out. They're trying to land the... Oh, this is actually really bad for... Well, okay, that was really, really, really good. SA. And now they're like, Leshrac. Maybe wasted his mana. 75 mana for that spell is probably way too low, actually.
Yeah, that seems ridiculously
What's
good.
his item in the bottom right? My chair's in the way. That's a mango, okay.
It's a mango.
So he's got no items that give him mana pool, and he can cast his combo like 3 times fully.
Yeah.
Cast 2 spells 3 times and then be out of mana. It's pretty strong. So Last of Wise Clock's doing okay. Viper's doing well, I would say. Enigma does have much more denies. What's their experience comparison? I don't know if we can see because your shoulder's in the way, but...
So Viper has 25%, and Enigma is basically level 5.
So I would argue that EG is doing well here.
Yeah.
They're kind of accomplishing what they wanted to. I don't think they're super stomping or anything, but they're doing well. This actually makes a lot of sense that he got his nuke at level 2 here. Because it's a try versus try situation, so I'd argue that it's better than getting 1 point in the passive that's probably going to hit creeps anyways.
Yeah.
And the passive got nerfed level 1 damage-wise, so it just makes more sense to get as much plasma field and damage sap as possible.
Yeah.
And they're just looking for setups. I mean, all the action is going to be in the tri-lane, basically.
Yeah.
Does some damage. He probably did that for a last hit or something, or spot supports maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all gonna eventually come down to Sand King initiating, pretty much. Sand King will Burrow Strike, they will follow up. And LG just has to do what they can to get last hits. Like, but now the last hits are getting super one-sided.
Yeah, because I mean, it's level 3.5, level 3.25, level 3.25 versus almost 3, 2.5.
Yeah.
2/3. Yeah, I mean,
Way more denies. They've got top 3 last hits right now. Razor's matching the Viper mid. There's an opportunity.
Ooh.
Pretty easy kill. Just stun setups. And Arteezy built phase boots here. So now he just easily offsets the power of Stout Shield. Doesn't get any ultimate because he really doesn't need it. And he'll just max axes because it gives him even more lane utility, basically.
And so, like, he, in some other circumstances, like if he was up against a dual lane, he might want Aquila first. Instead of completing the phase boots all the way, but against specifically Clockwork.
I mean, it's kind of really good to have a fast phase boost either way, just because of the amount of damage. Like, he's so good at switching axes and, like, not missing attacks and stuff. That's really hard sometimes. But with phase boots, it's just, it's like a, you know, it's a Quelling Blade. It is movement speed advantage. It is, he's got attack speed just from his passive. So just simply having a phase boots is just pretty perfect for what they want to do here. All right, they're going to go for this one. Actually, to get Sand King. But that one didn't look as clean. They didn't grab a squishy hero with their stun. I think it was, what, Sand King and Razor. And both of those guys have ways out of it, usually.
Yeah.
I like how they salved and were going back in halfway through the fight. That was kind of cool. Both teams definitely playing very, very careful with how they're attempting to initiate here. They had to go stun the Terrorblade because he would have killed the Leshrac otherwise.
Oh my god.
Oh, and now he steps damage from X Nova. This should be X Nova dying. Does this remind you of anything? Lots of diving on Razor. Did Lesh live? And Lesh lived. Ooh, that was perfect for EG then. Yeah, Crypt played that perfect. As soon as Lesh got caught, they had to stun the Terrorblade, otherwise Lesh would have died instantly.
Yeah.
And they were able to kill Terrorblade through his full charge of Wand. So, it went really well. So, it looks like they're going to win this game easily. Well, maybe not easily, it's not that one-sided just yet, but it kind of looks... This is actually super dangerous. I think Arteezy could die here. If he dies to A, this is really bad. Okay, it's gonna be okay. Stealth saves him. He's probably got a lot of armor too. Yeah, he's got like 15 armor. it's gonna be okay. So much armor. Yeah, he's got Aquila now. Gets a solo kill. This basically looks like EG should have won this game at this point. They basically did what they wanted to do. The downside is that now they have to deal with the fact that they have a support Leshrac. Oh, Smail just died. Can we see a mid? You know, that other hero in the game. Okay, so he gets stunned by Nyx. Was that an Invis rune or something? It must have been like an Invis rune. No? Okay, he just walked up. Okay, he saw him. This was a huge mistake by Sumail. I'm very confused. There's no way he should have died there. He's playing too cocky, I think. Maybe in that, unless there was like a bugged Invis rune or something. That one
oh, dude.
It's very weird. Follow-up stun. Like, yeah, it's a really strong tri-lane.
Dude, I just love that audio of the splitter. It's so cool.
It's good. If Sumail doesn't die there, like, EG is so stupidly far ahead. Misery doesn't have Edict yet, which makes sense, but it's also kind of depressing, because if he has Edict, they can probably pressure the tower.
Yeah, I've been seeing Edict skipped.
Yeah, you have to know, probably, because Lightning is too good to not get, but... Now Arteezy's going to do his typical farm incredibly fast thing. Now Razor shifts to the safe lane so that TB can... Looks like he's going to meta Ancients, because he's not even 6 yet and he's getting completely pressured.
Yeah. Ooh, what a 6 smoke.
Is a great conductor.
And meanwhile, Razor's in the jungle?
So the lane was a little bit too far up and it's a Razor anyway, so...
Yeah.
Or a Viper. So it would have been hard to get that kill.
Sure, yeah.
Can you kick out a tree? No, you can't. You can walk through though. They just needed an opening. A TPing bottom for experience. It's gonna be a hard kill. This is the Razor issue right there. If that's a different hero that's less tanky as a core, they're still gonna get that
Oh
kill.
my god.
This is probably the start of Clockwork being a boss, most likely.
That was just a great hook shot.
If they hook Leshrac or Enigma or maybe sometimes Troll Warlord, they should get a kill every time.
Because don't all of Leshroc's animations have a long windup? Because I know Split Earth is like whoop.
Yeah, they're all pretty long. That one feels longer because it also has a delay for the stun to come out after you've casted it, but I think it has an animation and then it comes up 0.35 seconds. Kind of like Light Strike, right? You can cast it and walk a little bit. So Sumail died again. Do you want to go check out the start of that? Because so far it seems to be the biggest error being made is that Sumail's getting picked off. So he's up here pressuring the tier 1 tower, basically. There was just a gank on the top lane, and instantly they're rotating towards Sumail. He does have a ward, but it doesn't spot the Nyx. It spots the Clockwork, maybe, because the ward is on that cliff. Remember, they placed it when they were smoking around?
Yeah.
If that spots Nyx, then, or if Sumail anticipates Nyx being there, then he can get back. But instead, he's way too far forward, and then he gets caught literally just by Battery Assault and Nyx stun.
Battery Assault, I think I've always greatly undervalued how unbelievably sick that is.
It's super good. It's one of it's probably one of the best ability draft skills, I think. Because if you're on any melee hero, it's just like it's a free slow and it does insane amounts of damage. Because it does like 95 magic damage per hit. So 3 hits and that's 1 nuke. And you hit way more than 3 times when you chase somebody down.
Yeah.
So very good skill. And now basically LGD is going to go around getting ganks off. If those 2 kills on Enigma don't happen, or maybe they're protected, like that's one of the downsides of having Enigma mid. It's super easy to gank him. He's slow.
Yeah.
He can't defend himself easily. He's got like Malefice or Black Hole, but against Battery Assault, it's impossible. They'll instantly interrupt it. So he's kind of forced to go BKB. The Helm of the Dominator build apparently is very common on Enigma right now, just because idle on attack speed and regen and all that stuff. It looks like they get a kill on Arteezy now. So this is probably how they lose. That LGD just kind of controls the map a little bit better and moves around, killing. They know Troll's nowhere on the map, so he's going to be jungling. Easy kill. Once they landed the first stun, it was over. So maybe there's something like EG is in a weird comfortable place. Like they're not very comfortable with their heroes because they have a weird core. Like Sumail's playing a non-survivable core that has a different play style, and maybe Leshrac support makes things feel weird. Something like that. Because it feels like they're a little bit off their game here.
Yeah. Arteezy's still farming insanely.
Usually they just don't get outmaneuvered this much. Like it doesn't look like a huge amount, but I feel like they when they have firm control of a game like this, that they don't let these last couple kills happen. Like the 2 Sumail deaths, for example, and I mean it's also that Sumail's mid now this game normally plays pretty consistently offlane. That might also be causing some of the issue. They're gonna go on Razor, I think.
Yeah, just pausing because I think who's going down here? Oh, he's
Razor. Yeah, going to fight. So they try to kill the clock because they had to engage on him because he cut off the retreat path.
Yeah.
And he cogs in the Razor. They can't just black hole that because Nyx could just walk into the Midnight Pulse. Maybe the only way they can maybe win that fight is if Enigma black holes at the start without using Midnight Pulse. Well, I guess that wouldn't work either because he can still use Spike Carapace and walk into the black hole range. Just getting basically outmaneuvered here. And in the meantime, Arteezy's trying to finish his Battle Fury.
Yeah, it's much later than I've seen him get before, like 15-minute Battle Fury.
He's still really, really farmed.
Yeah.
He's just not dominant. Like that 1 death that he had, or the 2 deaths maybe. Has he died once or twice?
I
just
think
once.
He's 0-2. No, he's 1-1-1.
Just that 1 death definitely slowed him down. Is all. But he'll catch back up. And once he gets Battle Fury, he'll farm really fast for the rest of the game. So now they're actually in standard hero positions basically. Sumail's in the offlane.
Yeah.
So maybe one thing they should have done is just shifted Enigma out of this mid lane faster.
Yeah.
And put like Razor there or something. Because at least then Razor would be HP tanky. He would have decent movement speed. He can sap damage and kind of defend himself.
You know, it did kind of feel like around 8 or 9 minutes, maybe even earlier than that, maybe around like 6-7 minutes, top lane was pretty much dominated. Like, Terrorblade got shut down, was back to the jungle, and then I think that Fear stayed there and Sumail stayed mid for the next 5-6.
Yeah.
So that could have been the window that you're talking about.
Maybe they swap, but either way, Enigma probably makes things hard because of the hero matchup, and Chalice is actually just owning.
I'll kill you again.
Oh my god.
So, he should die here. I guess the Enigma, the Eidolons will run out, but and actually Fear has to just leave because everybody else is rotating. See, there's the thing. He's Spike Carapace. Super easy setup. So Razor gets killed when he probably could have ran away. Now you've got support Leshrac doing support Leshrac things. He's doing everything he can. Oh. Okay, Sumail just saved his life. Never mind, they stole it. Oh, that was so cool. Did you see that happen? Did you see what happened?
I gotta rewind that. I can't process that fast.
Alright, so I saw the catapult came in and blocked Misery. I was like, oh shit, it's blocking Misery. This isn't good. It should be Sumail's catapult.
Oh.
Alright, blocks him. But then, maybe takes control of the catapult with the Helm of the Dominator, which then provides vision to Misery, which lets them kill Misery. Whereas otherwise, Misery could have just hit over by...
Who took control of that?
I believe it's the Viper. The Viper should have a Helm of the Dominator.
Oh,
so he uses the Helm of Dominator to take control of the catapult, which was blocking Misery.
So this is Sumail's catapult, so Somnus then
takes it over, which
Helm
provides
of the Dominators, which provides vision.
And then because he took it over, now he sees Misery, and then he can finish off Misery. So they kill him.
Holy shit.
It's still okay for EG, but getting the kill on Misery is pretty different. Because that could have been just Viper diving and getting no kills out of it and just dying. And Misery gets experience from that and gets gold from staying alive. Like, definitely would have changed things. So it feels like the game is a little closer than it should be, basically. LGD's just making enough rotations. I think what they said in the interview is you just have to stabilize a little bit after the laning stage, and then everything's okay. And that's basically what they did this game.
Yeah. Get bullied early on in lane. Sumail is so good at farming. Or excuse me, Arteezy is so good at farming. Well, they're both good, I just meant to say.
It's really, really fast.
Arteezy.
Alright, and then they have Misery push out the off lane. This is kind of like last game. He pushed the lane that was more dangerous in some ways. It's also kind of dangerous this game. My god. This guy is actually just winning his team the game. Do you know why he took so much damage there?
What do you mean?
Why did Razor almost die there?
It was a battery assault, and then the cross-map thing.
It was Blade Mill.
Oh my god, because he can't turn off his passive.
Because when he went in there, he also used his other skills. I think it's basically, this is a pretty fast Blade Mill, I would argue. Like, there's no way that Clockwork would go in on this in a normal situation. Because Razor kills people one-on-one pretty easily. So he just waits until he goes back, goes for the hook shot, lands it, and separates creeps a little bit. And as soon as the Razor ulti comes out, that's when he turns on the Blade Mill. Because at this point, Fear hasn't checked for the Blade Mill yet. So he's basically he's sapped to the Clockwork. His ultimate automatically targets the guy he's static linked from. So he just deals a stupid amount of damage because of this Blade Mill timing. And he didn't get the Fear kill, but that was really, really close.
Yeah.
Like, he was one right click away from getting a kill. That was pretty cool how they did that gank.
So it also feels a lot like
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Radiant almost have to get super fast BKBs for all their cores because of how much magic damage and the abilities that... Nice.
Yeah, that's exactly right. He held that a little bit too long.
Oh, well.
Oof,
dude. Clockwork, holy shit, man.
I think Sumail could have ran a little faster there, but either way, that's a good kill. I think them even losing the hero, it's not a big deal. Losing Misery as well, that makes that not worth it probably, but who's that in there? Sanking? Oh, was he trying to kill him? I'm confused. Was he also running away? They lost a lot of heroes. Okay, Viper was being chased by Arteezy, and then they just ended up leaving. That was kind of bizarre.
God damn.
You probably farm so fast with Battle Fury because then you have mana regen as well, so you can just cast your axes constantly, which deal 225 magic, and then you can throw the ranged ones as well for another 75. So you basically have like a 9-second cooldown on 300 AoE damage, while also cleaving with hits. So it's probably why
you are the embodiment of AoE, anyways, with the Battle Fury on Troll.
So they committed Black Hole to getting a TB kill, but now that's going to give LGD confidence to push, because they know Enigma is now pretty much worthless. Not worthless, but not good in a fight.
And now TB can even farm really nearby, because even though he's really weak, he can still contribute to this fight.
He's got Metamorphosis if he wants to use it. So they're just trying to slow this down. Alright, hookshot misses. This is a good opening for EG now. That's a really... takes a lot to kill that clock. Damn. The other nice thing about Clock is that as a hero, he doesn't farm super fast, so I guess even if he dies, it's not as bad as it used to be. Might be a good reason to play Clock now.
There's also DD on.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to get a kill with this. He's just going to farm. He doesn't have any way to find heroes or initiate. So unless he has an ally set something up for him, the DD is just a farming tool right now.
Oh, I see. So melee is 50 bonus damage.
Nope.
Oh, that's the bash bonus damage. Okay.
Alright, so when you go melee form, you get bonus armor, bonus movement speed, and your base attack time goes down, which means that you attack faster. And then you, at all levels, you have the same chance to stun, 10%, but the stun damage and the stun duration scales. But really, the reason you level the skill up is...
so you can switch to melee or to ranged for last setting early on?
Well, you need at least... You're actually a ranged hero by yourself whatout using Berserker's Berserker's Rage.
Yeah.
But the reason you want to level up the skill usually is for movement speed, actually. The bash chance, or the bash stun duration is nice, but the main reason you level it up is movement speed.
Okay.
It's pretty easy to not realize that. This is like support Leshrac, like what the fuck do you do? Just instantly dead. He was trying to split push lanes. But yeah, movement speed is really nice because it gets you from camp to camp faster and helps you chase down heroes, stuff like that. And being faster than your opponent is really important for even being able to get the kill in the first place. He's going to stay for this and probably die. They did read that one correctly, but yeah, it's going to have to be crit, sacking himself most likely. Yeah, he had to suicide there to get that kill. And as soon as the stun is used to kill crit, then he knows he can TP home. So... like, if they're just a little bit farther ahead there, maybe LGD is too slow to rotate for that, and they get the tier 2 tower for free, nobody dies, they back off. It's kind of what we saw the last replay we watched. LGD is just making slightly better moves that keep the game close enough where they can actually play Dota. Whereas Newbee didn't get that chance in the last replay.
Well, I still feel like in this position, like, Troll Warlord is getting a ton of farm.
He is.
Enigma, I mean, is
got BKB.
Obviously... yeah, obviously, like, third in net worth, but I feel like still really, really wants Blink before you can really do anything.
Sort of, yeah. It definitely helps a lot. But having BKB is certainly the first big hurdle to get over. Because now he doesn't have to worry about Spike Carapace, he doesn't have to worry about Battery Assault. He's got to worry about one thing, and that's Clockwork Hook. Clockwork Hook will stun through magic immunity.
Oh...
and that's regardless of Lincolns or anything, no matter what, unless you block. He could use like neutral creeps or Eidolons to potentially block the hook, but that's the one thing he has to be careful of.
Also, I just love so much the Rocket Flare for pushing waves. I think that is so cool.
Yeah, it's really good for that. A lot of players look at it as like, oh, 200 more damage to a hero when I'm ganking them, but it's a lot better for you know, vision and stuff like that.
Yeah. Damn. Alright, I'm speeding this thing up. I'm speeding up this puppy. Because, I mean, again, I feel like the late game is technically better for LGD through Terrorblade, but I don't actually know how strong late game is for Troll.
I would disagree. I think EG's late game is better.
Why
Viper
is that?
Viper's not very good late game. Terrorblade is good, but they have ways to deal with him. Between chain stuns, between Black Hole, and Troll Warlord also matches up well. Alright, this is like a perfect fight start for EG. Basically, LGD whiffed. They still have static link. Obviously, they're not going to be able to go up high ground and kill the other heroes, but if they can catch the Viper, for example, he was kind of gambling here. Oh, he actually got the bash. I can't believe he got that bash. Like, see how like easy this is for Troll? Yes, he got like 2 bashes in that, and yes, the Viper was TPing, but like, if they whiff their initiation, LGD loses the fight, guaranteed. And they didn't even have to use BKB or Black Hole on Enigma. They did use it on Troll, or on Razor, sorry, but... oh, and they're actually going for more like this. This is actually really dangerous for Arteezy now, because he got Ice Blasted. He's got a BKB and all in on Ame, but if he doesn't get a bash, okay, he's going to be okay. Now they're going to try
the best basher in the world.
Oh, get his own Yules. Okay, that's alright. Yeah, I think I saw a Yules on Nyx recently. It was really good. They used it to set up on heroes that have like blinks and stuff. So that actually, it looked really scary for EG, but that went, I would say, really well. They did still lose Razor. They also aren't going to be able to get Roche, and the Troll is low enough HP that he can't just like finish off Roche because the A is still alive. So minimum, he's got to get healed first. He also used his own BKB, so he's on cooldown for a bit. But they about went even there, and I think EG obviously would have preferred to have a teamfight win and a Roche kill. Maybe they should have taken Roche instead of going for the fight up on the high ground, but I don't know. They also killed the Terrorblade, so it's probably okay. And like they killed all the enemy heroes, but they're not that far ahead right now.
Yeah, this still just looks good for EG. Like not.
Yeah.
There's a few heroes that I just don't quite. I mean, like I don't quite know how Clockwork and Terrorblade feel in the late game. I just incidentally am just not in games with lots of Clockworks.
I would say Clockwork is generally very good, especially if he has the right matchups. I would say this game he has the right matchups. There's heroes that he can basically solo kill, like Lesh basically. He can solo kill Leshrac at pretty much all stages. He can interrupt big teamfight ultimates. He can initiate. He can create like area control. Like Cogs alone is so good in teamfights. It's very easy to underestimate it. But if it just blocks your opponents from walking up a ramp for like 8 seconds or something, that is hugely valuable actually.
I mean, also having the Nyx to be able to set up good hookshot angles and hookshot spots.
Yeah, spot enemies. They can do that with Rocket Flare as well. But the Ice Blast is definitely something that Arteezy has to be very careful with. He's got a shitload of regen though, with Helm of the Dominator as well from the Enigma, so he'll be fine. But he kind of feels to me like he needs a Satanic or something, because the Ice Blast just gets him low, and then afterwards he's a little unsure about taking a fight because he has a half HP. Yeah. Like if he didn't,
does Satanic prevent the?
No, but if you do get low, you can easily heal back up afterwards. Is the thought. Again, they're looking for the one super easy hero to kill.
Yeah. Oh my god, dude.
Like, there's actually nothing he can do this game.
I cannot believe that, like, okay, Crit has what? Just...
Misery.
Excuse me. Misery has just 60 health, but that's or 60 int, but that's still 300 damage. Like, look at how much...
That was also Impale. Impale damage there and the nuke at the same time. That was 2 nukes. But still,
holy shit.
It's a lot of damage.
I see the benefit of the Yules on Nyx, because your stun, like, you don't actually have to time it super perfectly, because if it's anywhere nearby the stun, you get hit.
And it's movement speed for him, so he can find kills easier. He can use it on an enemy that's chasing him. He can interrupt TPs without having to stun himself. There's a lot of good things about it for sure. But this is like definitely the part of the game where if Leshrac was a different hero, I think EG would feel a lot more comfortable. But
yeah.
I think he's also been buying towards Drum. I think he just needed to rush 4-step. Maybe I don't know if it would have mattered. Probably not. Or maybe a Glimmer or something. But there's not a lot of items that he probably could have grabbed, and that's I think part of the reason that they're letting him push out these lanes, because he's not very farmed anyway. So if he dies, it's not a big deal. He's trying to get items that his team can help. That would help his team. This perfect fight start. They get no Ice Blast. They can grab Chalice. They're gonna be really happy. And it looks like a kill. Okay, so again, EG gets 2 kills. Lesh will go back to pushing out Offlane. Terrorblade's almost got Butterfly, which is really good. Means that Arteezy is forced to go MKB a little bit faster than he may want to. But because
reason you wouldn't want to go that?
MKB?
Yeah, I mean, it just seems like a very solid item.
It's not. It's very solid because of True Strike, and the attack speed is nice. But he'd much rather get like a Daedalus or a Scotty.
Yeah, he already has so many things that buff his attack speed. It's almost you get some redundancy there, but you feel obligated to do it because of the True Strike.
Yeah, he has to buy it because Terrorblade's getting a Butterfly. If Terrorblade doesn't rush a Butterfly, and I think Terrorblade's Butterfly is a little faster. Can you check on his items? Just TBs. I would say this TB Butterfly is... I guess it's not that early. Yeah. It's fine. He's definitely shaved some things off though, I feel like. Because he went SNY over Manta, that saves you like 900 gold. And then he's going Butterfly. But buying Butterfly, that means it...
Yeah. I think it saves you like 1,200, like 5,100 and 3,900.
Oh yeah, I guess SNY is cheaper now. It used to be 41. If Arteezy could just build Satanic right here, or not Satanic, Scotty, then he's pretty much set for the game. Because if he gets Scotty, he gets an extra 750 HP. He gets like an extra 4 or 5 armor, which is really good against TB. He guarantees that he can perma-slow the TB and the Viper and all the enemy heroes basically, so he can constantly have a huge mobility advantage. It kind of covers all of his bases. Better against Ice Blast, better against the cores, but instead he has to buy MKB. So yes, he's going to be able to damage the TB when he needs to, but he still has to worry about all these nuke things despite having the BKB. And that was the really nice thing about the butterfly here. It limits Troll being able to get overall control advantage, and instead he just has to deal with. See, he does have Aegis, right, on RTZ? Yeah.
Yes.
But he's low enough where this is like a fight that doesn't feel good to take. I think, yeah, Sumail's going to probably just have to black hole this or something. I guess he's actually just unkillable by Viper is the other thing. Okay, so they kill him.
Alright.
That's Aegis. Hookshot was already used. I mean, this isn't that bad for them. Oh, if they get Ice Blasted, this is really bad, though. Chris still gets caught. Arteezy gets caught as well. He tries to blink Black Hole there. Oh. That was a big mistake.
Ooh.
Also,
yeah, that sucks.
That Dark Troll Summoner, I think, the one that just died, that was actually Sumail's, which was probably a mistake. Yeah, this actually looks okay. Ooh, they could have maybe killed Chalice. Does he have
my gosh, dude. The Yule stun is ridiculously good on Nyx.
I'm gonna say that was the game-losing fight right there. I would guess, because EG was in a really good position, and the complexity of basically missing the black hole was really crucial. It was the right time to go in, I think, but I don't think he had BKB, but he would have gotten at least like 2 or 3 seconds. It was just kind of iffy for an initiation, and the team was just, they seemed slightly off. They had like slightly different. Normally they don't hesitate like that, but LGD was playing the spacing really good, is what it felt like.
I mean they were spacing and staying back, and the instant that black hole went off, they bolted in like no hesitation.
But I mean, yes, but that's pretty obvious. Like black hole whiffs, right? You go in. It was more that like all of LGD heroes were basically high ground and playing that very safe. They reacted to all the changes and stuff, and if EG just felt safer, and they would have felt safer if LGD had worse positioning, they would have all gone in there, and Troll would have ran in, and they would have just tried to kill the Terrorblade in that like couple seconds. Because if Troll just runs in, pops BKB, and gets like a bash on the Terrorblade, he probably dies in that fight. And instead it became that like elongated fight that eventually lets Nyx become the I'm gonna stun you guaranteed once your BKB runs out.
Yeah, I mean, for whatever reason, dude, the Yule stun combo, like, you do it with Lina all the time. Of course you'd want to do it with someone else that has an unreliable stun like that.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. And if you just rush it, it's not that expensive. I think did he get Arcane Boots first before he built it?
Yeah,
I feel like
he
did.
Boots Wand.
Yeah, Boots Wand. It's not that expensive. It's like 2,800 gold, and it gives you more mana regen.
Synergizes with your invisibility, movement speed bonus.
Yeah, just perfect initiation, basically. And it's the most obvious thing. It's like, hey guys, I'm about to stun Troll for 2.8 seconds.
Yeah, look here, look here, look here.
Yeah. Sometimes Blink is good, obviously, but once Sumail gets Octarine Core, he'll be in a better place. I wonder if he should have gone like Shiva's, actually. Maybe not. Octarine's probably the move. Yeah, that'll be the move. If he goes Shiva's, he would be very survivable against like Viper, TB. But he would still die pretty easily to any nukes, and once he gets Octarine, he just has raw HP anyway, so the only person he'd be vulnerable to while in BKB would be TB. It's probably a better solution, and then he gets lower cooldowns on BKBs and black holes and stuff like that. Yeah, he had Solar Crest on Clockwork, that's why he didn't die there. Oh, he actually went Linken's on Troll. So he still doesn't have MKB, right?
He does not, no.
If he had MKB, he would have killed the clock, I think, in that last fight, and it would have been less terrible. But he bought Linken's for probably Sunder, Yules, stuff like that. Dude, he's just like, this is a guy that got initiated among 5 heroes, and it's still hard to take this fight.
Yeah.
For them. It's a very tough position to be in. Man, he's just buying so much time, and now they have to run because they're scared about stun follow-ups. That was a big miss. If they should have killed FY there. And now they're gonna lose because they don't have BKBs anymore. Oh, that's so smart. And he buys Blade Mail on Viper because he knows he's not gonna beat. Did you catch that? He's not gonna beat the Troll Warlord when Troll BKBs and fights him. So he just buys Blade Mail.
Move over here because it's loud. Yeah, yeah.
So he buys Blade Mail on Viper. Oh, can you check Viper's items? I'm curious what else he's sitting on. Yeah, He's just got all these utility items. He's got the regen. He gets a blade mail because he's going to lose the straight up fight anyways. So it causes Arteezy to hesitate, which the other way would have been Arteezy kills him instantly, still has like 60% HP, and then continues to fight.
Yeah.
So, and now the fight is hard. His BKB is almost gone. Now he has to worry about getting stunned by Nyx. Nyx is probably going to guarantee Arteezy dies. So if they kill Nyx Assassin, this whole fight would have been different. See, look at that. Stun on Troll. Troll has to get pushed out. Troll has to run for his life now, and now it's actually like a pretty even fight. Misery's not going to kill the Nyx Assassin, which is going to be the most depressing thing ever. Yeah, I saw he was out of mana, so that looked pretty clear. But look how hard this fight is now. Like, look at this. This should have been like...
punch him!
Okay, it looks like it's still going to go okay for EG, but like, that was so close. This was so close. Dodge the rocket. He dodges the rocket. All right, Misery just... All right, that was insane.
Misery's so sick.
They had to work so hard to win that fight convincingly, and if the Nyx just would have died earlier, it would have been a complete wipe. And they barely outplay that. Very, very close. So if Arteezy now gets Monkey King Bar, now he's going to be relatively set. But he also wants Scotty. I don't know what he ended up buying. I didn't see all the final items, but Lincoln's is also kind of nice just because it's more HP regen. It's more raw HP. It's kind of like a Scotty sort of.
So right here, Troll Warlord has been bouncing back, doing jungly stuff, and occasionally pushing in mid.
Yeah.
I feel like, I mean, in these spots when a lot of heroes die, I tend to just like push in a lane unbelievably hard and never wind up spending any time.
So I would argue my initial impression from him doing this is that pushing in mid is far more important than the side lane, because mid, if you have mid pushed in really far, it's very easy for you to rotate to either of the other two lanes. If your whole team moves to the off lane, then LGD basically can go wherever they want on the bot lane super safely, and they can probably play in the mid lane safely.
Oh god. That engagement was so not good for them. Like right here when...
They had Cliff Vision, they went on Arteezy.
Did they have Cliff Vision?
Yep, the one up there. They also saw Leshrac. And they're actually pinging it. They're going to go deward it, I think. No, they put a ward themselves. They initiate on Lesh. Here comes Ice Blast. The other team gets caught down below, is the issue. They get caught by... Not sure. Oh, I see. It's just a... Oh, Clockwork went in there. Clockwork hook shots in, catches the Sand King. Sand King's ulti gets interrupted. Fear has to go in because he feels like he should fight. But on the backside, Misery still ends up dying. Because there's a Scotty
20 seconds from Black Hole.
Yeah, this is like worst possible time to get caught. And I think at this point, that was a hook shot, I think, which guarantees a second stun. Did Arteezy even get BKB off?
Yeah, no, oh no, it didn't. Wow.
It's because he got hook shot. He didn't anticipate the hook shot, and then they followed up with Nick's stun. It was a really good fight, and the Scotty on the TV made a big difference too. Because without Scotty, I don't think he would have killed the. Oh, he has Blink too. It's pretty cool. Without Scotty, I don't think he kills the Leshrac. And then they would have had a lot more disables to work with. So they lost like their good disablers at the start. Sand King was disrupted, and Lesh died. So then it was really hard for them to win a fight because it was just Razor and Troll running around.
And when I see the Blink Dagger on the Terrorblade, that's like very not common on him. Is this due to the fact that you can just literally go to the back line and deal with Enigma or Leshrac and just blow up some...
Basically anybody, except for even like Troll. If he stays away from Troll, like out of melee range, he can deal with Troll no problem. Yeah. Because he's really fast himself with the SNY. Like he's basically just worried about mobility. Troll's one of the fastest carries in the game, just because he gets movement speed from Berserker's Rage, and he gets an SNY, and he has tons of agility and stuff. He's always been a really fast hero. He gets phase boost. If Terrorblade gets SNY and he gets a Blink Dagger, he can just hit the back line. And if he has Scotty, he can just kite TB as long as he stays out of melee range and doesn't get axe blinded. Then he should always be able to just kite the Troll perfectly. He can also do things like get low, blink, sunder, take fights. It's kind of the same as the last game. You're a hero that does a lot of damage. You just need to make sure that you can get in a position to do the damage. And then enemies should die.
This is a ridiculously close game still.
It is, yeah. Definitely still a close game. But I think EG has been losing their one game is maybe or you could look at it as like LGD doing a really good job playing from behind and taking really good fights. But it feels like EG should have good grasp of this game, and they've just kind of been losing a couple engagements.
Yeah, I feel like it's just when they have some poor engagements, and also the Black Holes have felt like very not present this game.
Yeah. It's mostly just LGD positioning, I would argue.
Yeah.
I think they're just going to try for a base pressure. They'll just... Okay, they will kill the ward, so the enemy team will know that they're here, but they kind of had to do that. This is actually a little dangerous for LGD because they could just get Rax tier. Troll is like... I don't know if you've experienced that much, but...
Oh, yeah. No, he's one of those heroes that is not very commonly chosen at my level. But, like, he just gets on a building and he's like, guzh, guzh, grrr, and it's gone. It's just like...
It's really fast. Alright, his MKB is finished.
Everyone, right?
All of his allied heroes.
I'll take your
what is his 25 perk, the troll one? I think it's like Axe cooldown or something.
Dispel or Axe cooldown. I was like just looking at this earlier.
Dispel could be okay. I assume it's a... There's no way it's a hard dispel. It's got to be a soft
Hey,
one.
when are the next DAC matches on?
China time, so it should start like...
In like 3 hours? Let me actually... I'm gonna go. I'm opening this up to just take a quick look.
Usually starts like in the evening, I think, around 6 or something. 6 or 7.
I think it might start at 5, and I think EG is... It's EG Virtus Pro in 4 hours and 6 minutes, so that would be...
Damn, they have to play VP again.
Yeah, no, dude, that sucks for them.
Don't they get knocked out? I think they get knocked out by VP. I think they played VP at Katowice, then they got knocked out by Liquid. They keep playing like either Liquid or VP in their elimination matches, I'm pretty sure.
Team Liquid's games with... Jesus, come on, brain, come on. Who do they play? They played Virtus Pro. We were just talking about them. Those games versus Virtus Pro were really cool to watch, especially the NP game was really nice.
I was watching that replay before we started. It's pretty fun.
Just like super coordinated pushing, like knocked down 2 sets of racks by like 20 minutes or something, like super early, and then it was almost to 50 minutes. Because VP is so sick. I think Ramses is just an incredible carry.
Yeah, he's really good. I think no one's a better player, probably, but I think pro players, I think, generally believe that as well. But RTZ comes back. They actually don't have a glyph, so this is pretty tough. They don't have like an extra 5 seconds of setup.
Okay, this is completely unrelated to the game, but like look at how high quality the art is in this fucking game. Look at this.
That's pretty cool.
Like the lightning is literally just like it's actually like this fully 3-dimensional shape that's like so sweet, and it's only up there for like a quick flash of time. And all the little particle effects from the blink. I mean, damn. Okay, so now that I'm done admiring that, okay, so RTZ has MKB. God, Chalice is gonna blow some stuff up.
Do you see the other? Do you see the troll creep?
The troll creep.
The troll
right
creep.
here.
Yep,
Yeah.
for the prepping for black hole. Because you can net through BKB, or yeah, through
Holy wait! What the shit?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
It's just like Naga Siren, right? Same thing.
What?
Yeah.
Kevin!
Pretty
That's
good.
so stupid! That's... Oh my god! Dude, never pick Enigma if you think a Helm of the Dominator is going to be in the game, because you might get Dark Troll Warlorded.
Okay, but they also have to
Woo!
be good players, but it's fine. In your average game, I don't think it's going to be a problem. Or it'll be mismicroed and it'll just kind of die anyways.
See, here's seems like the juicy black hole.
Are they black holing us support? They were definitely thinking about it. And then they
Alright, well,
realized,
the troll got picked off.
we probably shouldn't black hole just to Nyx Assassin. Oh, that was sick. Oh, and the troll's dead too. He got 3-man black hole. This is like perfect. Took a while for them to get on top of the Offlane there. And it looks like the hookshot actually did interrupt him.
Yeah.
This is kind of dangerous. RTZ's got the insult. So as long as the BKB is active, RTZ is fine here. You just got to kill him before BKB ends. As soon as BKB ends, okay, just in time. But there's also an Aegis, and his team appears to be dying. He's going to be forced to buy back. I bet RTZ will die here. Most likely. He also doesn't have his axes for a bit. Dies pretty much instantly. Luckily, his team played it safe and walked back. Maybe not. Is this a buyback from Razor? No, he hasn't bought back yet, I don't think. He's very dead.
No.
Now Razor will have to buy back.
Watching these at 0.5 speed is just right.
Not sure crit should have gone in there. Maybe he needed to wait a second. Stun hits RTZ. Now RTZ's in a lot of trouble. Especially if there's a follow-up stun or movement.
Follow-up
So,
Sunder.
oh, That was such a big stun from crit.
That was such a... Oh my god.
And Ortiz also dying to his illusion is the other. This is like the Lesh support prompt. He's like, time to do AoE damage. I'm dead instantly. Okay. Man, they're actually so close to winning this fight, but it is just ultra close. I think Arteezy will TP to Shrine, maybe. They better clean this up. They really should be able to. Okay, Crit gets that one. That may be his life.
Oh.
Nope. He forces down.
Oh my god. Oh my god, Chalice. Oh, Diabolic Edict and Blade Mail. Ah. Spirit Vessel. Ah.
Radiant's top barracks are under
Does he have any way to
attack.
defend himself? Okay, he does. They put the Lincolns on him as well.
That's nice.
Yeah,
Does
what a-
placing Lincolns go through spell immunity?
Yeah, you can place it on an ally for free. Did he just sell his Lincolns? No, he just dropped it. Okay.
Yeah.
Radiant's
Ah!
top
What's he
barracks
buying?
are under attack.
So yeah, they definitely lose their Rex now. This could be 2 Rex. These fights are all really close. Hard to take.
Yeah.
What perk did Enigma get at 20 or 15?
15 is the
want to go
cooldown reduction.
The one negative is he didn't have Midas. If he has Midas this game, I feel like he has the ability to farm the items he needs. But
Dude, the minus 35 seconds Sunder is ridiculous that you get it every 5 seconds. Like, I don't have any idea how you deal with this.
he can actually just use that to break
Radiant's
Lincolns
middle
and be like,
tower
I know that in
is
5 seconds I might need to Sunder, therefore
Radiant's
I'll just break your
middle
Lincolns
tower
now.
has fallen.
With Sunder.
Radiant's middle barracks
Sunder
are under attack.
doesn't take mana? Holy shit.
So there used to be a way to deal with him, just mana burn him all the way. That way he can't Sunder. So they
Radiant's
buffed it.
bottom
Yeah, it looks
tower
like that's
is
the end of the
under
game.
attack.
They were close to win. I
Radiant's
think
middle
EG
barracks
definitely
has fallen.
should have won this game. I don't think
Radiant
the
structures are
Lesh was
fortified.
as big of a detriment as I expected in the drafting stage. I think
Yeah.
Misery played it fine.
Bottom tower has
It
fallen.
definitely was hard to make that hero valuable, but just like a couple fights needed to go a little better. They needed to not get engaged on like once or twice, and everything would have been probably fine for them. He hits backline, but that was very valuable black hole. JK throw. They don't even have Sanking here, and they're easily gonna win this fight. Oh, he's got Eggs though. Does that mean anybody's gonna die to this? Sumail looks fine. Okay, they're all gonna be okay. Definitely a good game for Eggs on A.
Yeah.
Because of all the survivability issues. Look how fast that guy is. Holy crap. I guess it's sped up. But still.
472. Yeah, this is actual...
It's actually
This
max
is real
skill
speed.
space. Yeah, this is their opportunity to try to get racks from their opponents. Wait, did he get the Dispels one?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay. It's not a bad idea. You can remove Poison Attack from Viper, Cold Feet from a...
But
If
doesn't
somebody
it
gets
apply
Jules-
to all your heroes?
Yeah. What's your
Dire's
point?
middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, God. Because that's like... That seems nice for, like, all their various...
Dire's middle tower.
Oh, they're trying to
Duels
end
and
it.
stun, and etc.
Oh, damn, dude.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, man.
Dire's structures are
Okay,
fortified.
well... I mean...
I don't actually see how they win this.
Dude, this must have been so hyped to watch live. This is a replay, and I'm like, dude, this is hype. Okay, that's how they went. Fight's over.
Dire's
Ice
middle
Blast hits.
tower has
There's no way
fallen.
that Troll can win through the fight. And that means EG's gonna die here. And I think that's gonna be a lot of diebacks. And this is how they lose.
Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
So do you know what the crucial play there in that engagement,
Dire's
other than the
middle
Ice Blast was?
barracks are under attack.
I mean, the hook shot, certainly.
I think it was actually the Terrorblade. Obviously the hook and the Ice Blast were a big deal. But they know that if they Ice Blast at all Troll, that he's gonna die. Because they're gonna be able to damage him enough to get him low enough that he'll shatter.
Right.
Period.
Dire's middle
So I
tower
think what
has
the
fallen.
smart thing was Terrorblade blinking forward this aggressively. Alright, first blink reflection, so they're all slowed. Yes,
Yeah.
Arteezy could be KB, so then it would be prevented, but then he also metamorphoses. He's also got Scotty, so he's got another slow. And basically he puts Arteezy in this position where he can't just naturally run fast. Because if Arteezy can run full speed, then it's easier for him to dodge the Ice Blast. I don't know if they have a gem or not, but if they do, they'd be able to better see the Ice Blast coming.
Yeah.
They'd see, but they're probably distracted because everything's happening. But if it goes the other way, like for example, if EG Blink Burrow strikes the Terrorblade, for example, and they can
Dire's
follow up on
middle
him,
tower has fallen.
then because like once he's slowed enough, he's guaranteed kill. But if they initiate on Terrorblade, stun him to start the fight, then what's going to happen probably is LGD is going to be forced to react. They're going to have to say, well, if we don't do something right now, our Terrorblade could die in this little moment of burst, and if that happens, then we lose the game. Because when Terrorblade dies, they finish the throne. So by blinking aggressively, instantly metamorphosing, using Reflection and BKBing himself, there's no way that EG can initiate the fight without Black Hole. And as a result, it allows them to initiate.
Yeah, because when I was watching just Arteezy, like the instant the Ice Blast was cast, he tried to move out of the way, and then the hook shot.
Because he knew it was going to come.
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom barracks.
The slow in the hook shot was just too much.
Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen. The Dire now have mega
I think I saw a clip of this one actually. It's like this is like the only thing he can do because they know they can't win the fight against the regular heroes. So he's gonna buy like a Blightstone. Buys a TP, but he's just constantly mana burnt. He's actually never gonna get mana.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Realistically, him going back this maybe it could have worked if they got like a three-man ulti kind of a thing.
Oh my
auto attack.
God,
Auto attack.
That was pretty close.
That's a really good game. Small little differences. I think EG, yeah, honestly, if Sumail dies like once or twice less early game, if that ward was placed differently so it could see the Nyx coming the second time, like little things like that would have completely catapulted their game advantage. Hugely different. Oh, does Fierce Cosmetics, do those look familiar to you?
What do you mean, do they look familiar to me?
Does that,
do they, should they look familiar to me?
Yeah. That's, this item set makes Razor look like the Warcraft 3 character model that he was based on. He looked basically the same as that in Warcraft 3. It was like some tall thing, and he like had a lightning whip, same shit. I don't know if you noticed. I don't know if you played that much Warcraft 3, but
I recently played all the way through the campaign, so okay.
You probably killed many of these dudes. They're usually neutral camps. It'd be like 3 of them or something, if I remember.
Very
correctly.
well.
Yeah, it was a good game. So I don't know. But watching that one, it seems like LGD definitely knows how to play against EG, but I think EG was close. So I guess this gives me more confidence that they can come back and maybe win.
Yeah, I think that's probably what I'm going to be doing tonight is watching EG versus VP.
Yeah, that was a really fun game to watch. Game 2, who knows what happens, but
it says the coordinator's being updated. All right, do you smell less bad? Do you smell less bad, Sheriff? All right, we got to get some snuggle time in. Come on. Come on. There we go. Find the shoulder. There it is. Would you be interested in playing a game, or is the Dota 2 coordinator? Yeah, no, I gotta.
When we can, when it comes back, it would have been a perfect time to queue right before that goes down. Actually,
let me just. Yeah, it's a good cat. It's a good cat. I love this cat so much. I love this cat.
Me too, man. He or she smells great. I don't know where my dog is. I can't. She's off sleeping somewhere. I got her a pink collar recently, so that's more easy to identify her gender. I didn't really care that much.
Holy cow, the game coordinator. There's new music.
Oh no.
Holy shit, this is like down. This is gone.
Let me check if Steam is down.
Holy cow. Yeah, it's a good cat. Yeah, go into the ear. Yeah. Hi.
The Dota 2 services are going down, apparently. And there's an TTP error for TF2.
Oh my god, what a good cat. What a good cat.
Which was maybe 8 minutes ago. Come back, Dota 2 services. Cat.
Yeah, you smell really bad. But I love you a lot. Oh, she's going to knock the earbud out of this ear.
And then I can say whatever I want without you realizing it.
Yeah, I won't even know. Let me go back to that ear. Because you know the right ear is your favorite. All right, there you go. It's a good cat. It's a good cat. Hi, Sheriff. Hi. Well, it looks like we actually can't get into a game of Dota 2.
Maybe this would be the perfect time for them to institute matchmaking without MMR.
Oh my god. All right, goodbye. That was a nice time.
I can do some crappy builds.
Oh god. It looks like we're back in, but we're not in any business whatsoever.
I'm gonna continue refreshing. It still says it's going down. I don't know what that means.
Oh, connected to the Dota 2 game coordinator, logging in.
Oh yes, me too.
Oh my god, sick. Here it is, ranked all pick, going in.
Ooh, a Dota Dota 2 tweet. Today we issued a wave of permanent matchmaking bans to players who are found to be abusing cheats, e.g. auto-hex scripting. There will be subsequent ban waves in the coming weeks. We do not support or condone the use of any third-party modifications during matchmaking games. I think there's actually quite a few softwares like that, actually, that do like in-game overlays for, like, it's kind of like Dota Plus, basically.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, I recommend you pick X hero, or hey, here's a we'll keep your Roshan timer for you, that kind of stuff. That's like a softer sort of cheat,
Your turn
if
to
you can
ban.
call it
Yeah.
that. So they're on the rulebooks. Bans are always good. There's people have been
5
auto-hexing
seconds
for a long time. I feel like I've seen those cheats for a long time.
Now, here's a note. Here's a question.
Your turn to pick.
Are you ready to dual lane in something stupid, hilarious, and awesome?
Do you have something in mind?
I think I'm ready to go Elder Titan and just thud people in the fucking teeth with my briefcase.
Yeah, we can do that.
10
Means I need to
seconds
pick an offlane
remaining.
hero. Like Clockwork or something.
Let me just mute and chew on some food real fast here.
Okay, go ahead. Alright, who's my offlane?
Your turn.
Naga
to
Siren
pick.
Pudge. Been trying to practice Pangolier a little bit more, but I don't know if I feel like him here. And it's also a Naga Siren on the enemy team. I kind of feel like I'm dying, actually. Sounds
Dude, let's
like a nice
fucking do
time.
it. I'm gonna use the
Your
restroom and get my
turn to
coffee
pick.
in the usual fashion. I have a quick question about itemization.
Okay. Hi, little dog, you're here. Did you have a nice nap? Would you like a little treat for the stream? Yeah, you're looking at your lips already. It looks like you're thinking about eating. Shit, they ran. Great hero. Alright, Dingo, come here. Up here, it's up here. Good girl. Would you like another one? It's okay.
Your turn to
Girl.
pick.
Good girl. My cat is larger than Day 9's cat.
Your turn to pick.
That's it. No more. Go back to sleep for 4 hours. I know how you live life. And fix the mic. So, bonus strength with the K. 72 is a lot. I kind of feel like you need an Ags to make that work, but I also kind of like the TP one for a hero like Undying. Weaver is definitely annoying in this matchup because he's going to be able to kill my dude, my tomb a little bit easier, but I don't know, I kind of like the idea of going... Thinking about like blade mails and stuff sounds fun. What is this icon? Oh, it's a 7. I see. It's people spamming the same heroes. That little dog. Accumulate bonus strength with decay. I feel like it's a little hard to TP rotate this game against heroes like Weaver, but I don't even like max decay that early, so I kind of feel like that perk without Ags kind of sucks anyways. They have Weaver, Pudge, not that many strength heroes. Snout Scratches. She's just been loving Snout Scratches, man.
From perfect unity.
What was the build that they did? I think it was Stout Shield for sure.
Prepare for battle.
Can you afford the other? I'll buy the ward. I think it's okay. You can get a Windlace. Sure. Okay. Let's do this. Probably a Weaver. I feel like Weaver maybe offlane though. I feel like it's gonna be like a Silencer mid or something like that. It's most likely what we're gonna be playing against.
All right, sorry about that, chat. I muted to eat and then forgot. Wasn't muted to Kevin though.
I heard everything.
Hey guys, good luck, have fun. Let us win ourselves a handy dandy game of Dota.
I got the TP rotation one. I have some TP rotation challenge that's gonna force me to actually help my
30
allies.
seconds to
I
battle.
don't know what my challenge is for.
I'm looking forward to that. Click on the little plus button. In the upper left.
Oh, Tell me here 15 seconds after
Hey, we're
teleporting
the
in.
same way. We are forced to use teleport scrolls.
Are we going in on this? I think I am.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go over here and start casting. Yo, what are you doing, dude? Now they know we're here.
No problem.
The
Kind
battle
of.
begins.
Well, I'm ditching you, so I'm gonna go get our bounty run. Are you gonna be okay? Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, I'm okay.
I am not 100%, but I think they may have a ward here. Not confident though.
Yeah, I gotta.
But yeah, next time don't reveal that we're up there by casting the spirit right away. It's not worth it. It would be better for me to get in melee range, for example, because my hero's a little bit better at
Beating ass.
yeah. Just got 8 strength. Just gonna try to keep them all unhealthy. If that's possible.
I take more damage than I thought.
They do not have a lot of health right now. It's actually a farming silencer, interestingly.
So then if I...
Damn. I should have hit first, probably. She had Naga. Naga.
I can find her.
She should be pretty low on HP.
Damn. It stinks a little bit, but that's alright.
I think it's ultimately okay, because I got the kill at least. I think my tomb is going to be safe. Other issues, I'm really low on mana. Spent a lot
Oh shit. I didn't
casting
double
decay a
step.
million times. Damn, did he kill my tomb? Oh, I literally
Alright,
killed
I
myself.
have a mega stack.
JK, okay.
Oops.
Can definitely fight this. I'm almost full HP. We can probably kill this guy.
Great job.
What,
Take a step
halfway to
back for a second.
Arcanes?
I'm getting my boots.
Are you stacking that one? Okay,
Yeah.
that works. I was wondering if you're stacking, I wasn't sure. I actually think I'm gonna go run back and heal. I should have probably done this instantly, but I'm so low on mana that it'd be better probably if I just we just take a small breather here,
Yeah.
and then I can come back to lane. Get my items a little faster. Okay, almost back in a second.
I will make things right. I'm about to be able to deal like 1 billion damage.
Okay, excited. Alright, I am returning.
Alright, my thing's gonna be coming quite a long distance back. Alright, silencer.
I will collect the bounty rinse.
Great. I'm
Probably.
pretty close to dead.
That was a perfect fight. Thanks for the communication on the spirit. Help me know to drop to him.
Awesome. Fucking sick. Let me... No, Despy, there's no room for you here right now.
Nice. Alright, I've got arcanes now. You need mana by any chance?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just... Oh, you have trinkles? Alright, I'm gonna
No,
do the same thing. I'm gonna go back heal. I'll return.
Alright, I'm
The
just gonna
lane
tranquil my way back up.
is yours.
I think I'm going to still get my
Your middle tower
other
is
thing.
under attack.
Okay, let me... Just gonna stack this camp one more time. Getting a little disoriented from my cat being here. Should be in good shape here.
Sorry, I built this game.
Alright,
got
I'm gonna have a
4 stacks.
shitload of damage here in a sec. If you can get here fast.
Yep. I'm gonna be a little late, unfortunately.
It's alright.
Don't take my list. I should probably still go
Nope.
like Helm the Dominator. But like, it's been one of those great times for me to TP and get a kill.
I mean, this guy's basically shut out of lane right now.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm just gonna go
Oh.
get the...
I'd say that's the ideal place to be then, because I'm getting last hits.
Your middle tower is under attack.
I kind of like the idea of going some raw HP here, but
Your middle tower
Alright,
is
going on
under
him.
attack.
okay. Really gotta stop doing that
Your
mistake.
middle tower
If
is
I don't
under
have vision when I
attack.
drop the tomb, it always misses the first spawn. It's really annoying.
Alright, I'm
Fair
figuring
I
it
say,
out.
aggravating.
And the next thing I want
Watch out for the
is-
hook.
I hope he does. Hope he does hook me. Oops. I fucked up real huge.
Hit punch.
I fucked up really bad. I could have dodged that too.
Yeah.
Do you think the next item should be the, what item should I even get? Let me think here for a moment. I feel like Yules.
Your bottom
No,
tower
you're gonna probably
is
need
under
like a hood
attack.
this game, I think.
Despy.
I feel like hood is too good to pass up.
Alright,
Your
I'm
bottom
chilling here
tower
for a
is under
second.
attack.
I like hood, so I will get it.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
creates will.
Coming back with a lot of, well, with a lot of damage. If there's any way to, I didn't get all of it. Damn.
Right. Rejoin. The cloven soul. Gold for my folk.
Say pudge by our bounty rune.
I'm going for this guy.
Rejoin.
You
Can
diving
we do
this?
this? I think we
Good.
should.
It's kind of hard right now. One of them's TPing in. Or TPing out. I'm
Right.
moving to you.
Yep, see it.
Hopefully you don't get hooked. I don't know where the pudge is. I'm pretty confident that we can fight if there is a fight though. Kind of went separate ways, unfortunately. Did like almost no damage. Well, I should have stuck around with you guys, I guess.
I'm healing up.
Oh, I thought you were going in. I think we can kill this guy.
I'm still healing up, so.
Oh, we turned close, I see.
Titan soul. Regeneration.
I'm just gonna.
Flames tremble.
Do you have a heal?
Oh shit, there's a dude there. I'm done.
I'm getting looking quite sick.
Oh fuck! I didn't realize there was a thing in there.
Got Choom.
Yep. I have a silencer dead. I can get around your zombie.
Fight on, little zombies.
I'm getting the hell out of here. No, I'm not. I'm gonna kill all this shit. Okay, good job, dude. We're the
Only got
fucking
one.
best. Oh shit, that's so funny.
My heal barely came off cooldown in time. That was so close. How am I full HP? This is insane, actually.
I'm doing this.
I was so low.
Oops, I need to do that.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Do you need arcanes, or can I use them?
Use them.
Yeah, you got it. You got it. They're coming back.
Yeah.
There's this little creep on, damn it.
I gotta remember to hit this fucking C button. Can I get it reset? Oh, I got it reset.
Power of Silencer. Cannot defend himself, that was for sure.
I'm getting out of here.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Dude, I've been using the trick that you said about where you reset the...
Oh, the damage, yeah.
Uh-oh, shit.
Die here.
Yeah,
I don't think
sorry.
there's anything I can do about this one. Oh shit, that's a catapult.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Oh wow, you're actually still alive. Surprised you're alive for so long. I left you for dead big time.
It's all good. I almost have my hood. Dude, we are like really wrecking.
Yeah, we are.
This is great. Just goosh. I can't believe that you got that double kill on them either.
Yeah, it was fine. As long as I got my heal off in the first place. Just need enough zombies that everything starts falling in. And it's all gonna be okay.
No, I want to set it this way. Alright, I have a bazillion damage.
That's good. Ready to dive. Catapult's wrecking the tower.
Fuck. Alright. Alright, here it comes. I think I did it. Whatever.
Dude, this catapult actually just wrecked the tower from full HP. It's been attacking for like 30 seconds.
Do you think I'm not really sure how to itemize at this point in time.
I think you should worry about either the Weaver or the Venno are the heroes that you need to be concerned about. Because both of them can deal with you pretty easily. One of them does a shitload of damage magic, and the other one is just going to attack you and you can't really stop them. So you do something like Yule's.
I think he is.
Attack speed might work too, just because it's going to help you attack fast enough to kill the bugs that they're on you. Stuff like that, basically.
Going bot lane.
Okay. I suppose that is my challenge.
I'm a little out of position. I think I should stop trying to do briefcasing.
I was hoping this would be one of my challenge fulfillments, but it was not going to be that. Should be able to dive this.
Yeah. There's no way I was in range of that. No, no stinking way. Is this just only cast on self? Well, there's a nerd
That went
here.
well.
real great. Went the wrong way.
I'll try going Ags this game.
Let's get that. I have 4 wards I need to place, man. Uh-oh.
Don't have Tomb for a bit. This is kind of hard now.
Yeah. You get that. Yours. I need to get some more sentry wards, man. Dude, we are so good. We are so sick.
Kind of running him over, that's for sure.
You can't go that way.
Oh. Too late on my heal there. I needed to not get moved, obviously, though. Gotta hit the tower. You better stun. You waited till you need to stun before the tomb goes down, because now he gets the free tomb kill. Just chrono that guy. Super easy kill. Super easy. It's also a tome of knowledge if you. We're taking like far too long to basically go here to do all this.
Alright, I'm gonna get out of here.
Your top tower is under attack.
No.
Hey, we didn't even get the tower. Great.
Yeah. There's no way we shouldn't take the tower there.
Right?
Especially with
like
Undying. Just the team is a little unwilling to hit buildings, I guess, or something. Commit skills, I don't know.
I have a lot of mobs and sentries and shit.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Okay. Early game, very fun. Early game, very great. Beat people with a briefcase. Satisfying. It's nice.
I'm going to Ags, I definitely go health regen. I'm gonna have so much freaking strength.
I'm gonna get a pipe with
that
inside
makes
as well.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
I think we can maybe get a kill on Silencer.
I was kind of just hoping you would teleport.
So I should, in spots like these, do I not reveal my presence with the Astral?
I left if you didn't notice.
No, I didn't notice.
I tried to help out the guys getting dove because it's my challenge and it didn't work out.
Okay.
So I guess we're shifting now to bot racks. Oh nice, you
Yeah.
came to our bot tower.
Bot tower.
Alright, cool. This is the
All
fight.
skill.
The enemy's bottom tower has fallen.
Oh shit, I went for it.
That was sick.
It should be definitely killable here.
Nice job. Alright, finally spend some of these fucking wards.
Dire's structures are fortified.
I don't know if this is a good place for a ward, like right here.
It's gonna be like one of those moments where
The enemy's bottom tower has fallen.
that guy was a little overeager, I think. This is... Almost got my ultimate.
Just kill this guy. 2 briefcase and bros. Don't quite have enough mana for the stomp. I wish I did.
This would be better, but...
Oh my god, I misclicked.
Sean, I believe that I've dived too far. I'm going to die.
It's okay. It's alright, you know, it's okay.
Ooh, Sean's almost dead too.
Blow 'em up! Zombies! Yes! Zombies! Zombies!
I microed those zombies perfectly, let me tell you, dude.
What a microer. Oh god, you should play a video game with a mouse and keyboard if you're using micro like that.
Your tower is under attack.
Dude, this game is going... This game is going great. I should just have shitty weeks and reclude back into Dota more often.
It's definitely the best way to feel happy, playing this game and beating people.
So after we were like, dude, let's just play a game. Let's just like play a fun game.
I do like playing and dying. It's a good time. Dude, last hitting with a catapult, it feels impossible. It's actually so hard.
Okay.
Oops, I forgot to grab my items.
So where to go? Well, I feel like top. I feel like top is the place because there is an objective.
That's right. Alright, I got my axe. Just as the courier leaves the base. Who's using the courier?
Weaver's here.
You're gonna be okay. Look like you're in trouble.
Oh, fucking silenced. Fuck.
Dog.
Shit.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Shoot
God, I
it.
hate Curse of the Sound.
You don't need to.
Tower is under attack.
Naga Siren has like no health somewhere around there.
Definitely could have blocked that guy with my catapult. That was playing well.
Alright, cool. I'm just gonna continue to eat.
Your middle tower is under
Oh,
attack.
my bad on the courier. It's my fault. Alright, I just need like a Lotus Orb or something to remove that Curse of the Sound, because otherwise I'm just going to be perma-slowing myself.
Coming top.
Don't get him.
Nice catapult.
It's mine.
Oh, that didn't really do anything, but it did blow some trees up, which was tight.
I'm actually fucked now.
It was nice knowing all of you.
I do not think about the ensnare and the hook. Oh no, he chronoed my catapult! Got 6 seconds of 6 second tune left. It's really not doing very much. Other than causing. You need to probably. Your spirit is still out.
Yeah. Get out of there! Come on!
The hood!
I'm dead.
Oh no! Are you scared? Oh shit, my catapult! Run!
Never fear. Oops.
Come on, catapult.
It's fucking racist.
Alright, I finally got my items. I've had them for like literally 3 minutes, but... It's here. She's trying to kill my catapult. Jesus. Okay. Catapult's still alive. Let's go. Save it. Lives for so long. Watch this.
I'm watching you go.
Catapult is still alive. Two zombies. Good enough.
Teamwork.
I am so routinely slowed this game. It's actually insane.
The 7 planes
I
Just
really want this thing, man.
fuels.
Yeah, I want to use. Yes, I have it now. I have it now.
That's my catapult too. Dang it.
This is fantastic.
Found my new catapult.
Dude, this hero is so sick.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
It's a fun one for sure.
Dire's structures
Probably
are
gonna get our
fortified.
tower, it looks like, but
Radiant structures are fortified.
it's okay.
Your
Just a
bottom
tier 1.
tower is under attack.
Just go high ground.
The enemy's top tower has fallen.
I am
Your
quite sure that we are
bottom tower
capable.
has fallen.
Just watch out for like hooks and stuff, like ensnare hooks.
That's not good.
Okay, that's one way to deal with things. I'm gonna die. Well, I was wrong. And that is why he rushed Manta style. I didn't understand why before, I just thought it was bad.
Oops.
Go my catapult.
Nice. Actually hit him. That's amazing.
Your
What
middle
a
tower
miracle.
is under attack.
Well, I died there. Some damage.
Your
Sure, that
bottom
one.
tower is under attack.
There's no Weaver there.
Your middle tower
I lost my
has
tower as
fallen.
well. So I have a catapult.
The enemy's top tower has fallen. Your bottom tower is under attack.
Dude, the bottom's like yelling so much. Your bottom tower, there we go.
Radiant
gonna clip that, I don't wanna
structures
take too much
are
damage on
fortified.
it.
Enemy's top barracks has fallen.
Nice job.
Enemy's top barracks has fallen. Your bottom tower is under attack.
I will make things right.
Okay. Probably pressure this a little bit.
Come to me, catapult.
This
Alright.
hero is friggin' amazing.
Double violence.
Dude, the ability for this Spirit to Scout is so ridiculous.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
Creates will.
Well,
Oh shit, I can disassemble it.
I'm rooted forever. I'm sad that I'm rooted forever. Oh shit. Where there was supposed to be a tree, there was none. I feel like the ult for this man just hits like with some low probability.
That's just because you don't know how to set it up very well, probably.
Damn right.
Shit, catapult's alive.
We like do not have anyone who's that good at hitting towers.
I wasn't even paying attention. It's our catapult, dude. That's her. It's our.
Oh, I see. Oh wow. We go out there and we recruit our tower hitters.
I should just actually tombstone this man.
The enemy's middle tower has fallen.
Nice, actually.
Would you please?
Have my Lotus Orb finished.
Go pipe if you guys want to keep pushing mid.
Yeah, probably can.
I will make things
Okay. Just kind of hard, I guess, against Pudge, and
Yeah, especially with
We
him having the
waited.
Arcana.
yeah, that definitely makes things a little hard. It's gonna get real pretty crazy. Kind of wish I had cast range now. It's hard for me just to cast my decays on people, steal their strength.
formed before.
Let's get in here. Oh. And I used my pipe of insight for no reason.
Blocked it.
That's good. Nothing fully a mountain out of this.
Oh man, I clicked on here. I'm not there.
Siren song into the meteor hammer.
Dodge the bugs.
That guy's dead.
That was not the chrono. It's okay though.
The enemy's middle tower has fallen.
Oh, dude, this is so cool.
Really wish I got the other perk.
The enemy's
Looked at
middle
that earlier.
A little bit
has fallen.
forward foot.
The enemy's middle barracks has fallen.
Alright, I think we're going to win.
It's feeling a
Got
little
any
bit long.
catapults? Nope.
God, I hit everything with these things, man. Jeez. Magic resistance is the correct perk for me here. Taking a nap.
The enemy's bottom tower has fallen.
Yeah, God, I knew that was coming
Your
too.
bottom tower is under attack.
I was like, Pudge is gonna hook me. I looked up and I was like, is Pudge alive? Huh, Pudge is alive.
Dire's structures
I should
are
move.
falling.
Started moving. Hook. I
Your bottom
was like,
tower
oh, this ward isn't
has
gonna
fallen.
protect me very well, huh? Well, that's gonna stop our push, I think. Entirely. Solar Press Weaver. Interesting. Zeus is actually gonna die this one. Oh, okay. Just life steals more than enough.
Oh, fuck. I was like watching my astral spirit, and then he goes off screen, and I scroll down, and it's me right next to Silencer with like 5% HP, and I was like, oh! Oh my god, dude, I've been briefcasing people all game long. This game has been amazing. Blade has been amazing. Oh my god, what a satisfying game.
It's a pretty good one.
What a good one. This game here was a good one. Dude,
Yeah, it was fun.
I feel, for whatever reason, way more competent with stomping.
Yeah, you're doing a lot better.
Who's laughing now?
What's briefcasing? Well, Elder Titan looks like he's holding a briefcase. Like he's going to work, then he just goes and pops him in the head. That's what I'm talking about, Sparkle Bree.
Feels so wrong to sell a wand on Undying. I feel like that's just one of those things you need to have. But also felt like I needed cast range increase to abuse decay. Because I'm like I'm never close enough to steal good amounts of strength.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to buy shit. What's a good thing to buy? What does Ags even do on him?
On who? Holy shit, this guy does a lot of damage to me. Eggs on who?
Huh. Me.
When your ulti hits, it disarms your opponent. As well as the slow. I need a blade mill actually. I don't need a eighth lance. That's the wrong pick. The silencer has like a shitload of damage now.
I stride the terrain plain.
Illusion!
Walk back into that one.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty funny. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Teamwork.
Were you caught in the song the whole time?
No, I walked up right to the edge of it, and then I got tickled by it. Strength to shoulder the burden of a broken world. I'm getting an A on disc, man. In other words, I've never been this wealthy on this hero. Well, there you go.
The enemy's bottom lane. You now have mega creeps.
Ooh, I want that one. That one's good. Oh my gosh, dude, we stomped this game. This was satisfying. Right from the start, just briefcasing.
We just have a lot of success though, dual offlanes. Probably helps that we're communicating readily, that we pick good dual lanes, that we're playing our heroes right. I got the wrong perk. Or the wrong challenge. Could have gotten the strength one.
Oh my goodness. That was so satisfying. Oh my god, dude. You did. Oh shit, I had second in hero damage, man. I feel real happy. Blade
I didn't do that
went
much.
Insane.
Did 4,000 building damage with an Undying. That should be impossible. I don't know. That's just my catapult. Literally just my catapult attacking the whole game.
Holy cow.
But I actually think I should have gotten the cast range at 10, thinking about it now, because it would have allowed me to cast Decay way more often. I really didn't get to spam that enough. It's like I either get hooked or they're too far away.
You were building around Decay hard too.
Yeah, once I shifted DAGs, it was definitely the item. Although I think I should have maybe just gone Lotus super fast because of the silencer. Because the counter to Undying is just silence and kill him before he casts any spells. And I didn't look at their team at all. I was just thinking about Eggs. So it's a good one.
Holy shit. Well, dude, I mean, now's a good time to switch over to your stream. We did 2 game reviews.
Probably true. I will get it ready.
Wow, that was so good. We dumped on those people, man. That was great.